Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wherever you are in this wonderful world, welcome to BWTM. Tonight we'll be talking boxing and general and whatever else we're going to talk about tonight with my special guest I have with me all the way from the States, 78 Sports TV. 78, you there?
Yes, sir. What's up, brother? How you doing?
I'm good. Happy New Year.
You too, brother. You too.
I just felt tonight I wanted to talk boxing and whatever else that came on my mind, and instead of having a schedule and saying the same old things, what do I think about this fight, what do I think about that fight, what do you think about this fight, we'll just go with the flow and we'll just ask one another back and forth questions as if we were in the pub. Right. You know how it goes in the pub. You sit down in the pub and I don't drink much. I've got my glass of water. So
Me too. We two squares over here, man.
And I've got some chocolate biscuits. So right, let's begin, I guess. Okay, before we start, I've got to give the people that are watching, our viewers around the world watching BWTM, give them a round of applause. That's pretty nice. And obviously a round of applause for my guests tonight. Too. And for those of you who haven't spotted it yet, the new trailer, if you want to call it trailer, for BWTM, the transition I spoke about, we're still in that transition phase, but I thought today it was time to be out with the old and in with the new. So you're the first person to see it. I want to hear what your reaction is to it, 78.
Oh, looking good, brother. It's looking good, man.
You like it?
Yeah, making moves now, man.
We're trying. We always try. So how have you been?
Oh, good, man. Real good, man.
Yeah. So the new year, we've had fights kick off left, right, and center. Some good fights, some not so good fights, some good decisions, some poor decisions. So what do you want to start this conversation off with?
Hey, man. Whatever, man. What'd you think of Luis Ortiz news today?
No surprise. Not surprised. The 45-year-old, 46-year-old, I don't know, is signed with Al Heyman. Well, I said last year that I expected him to move to Al Heyman because I didn't think Eddie Hearn was doing anything for him. I think he just took a year off of Luis Ortiz's already aging career. And, I think somehow the other people are out in the impression that Luis Ortiz is like 30 or 35 or, a young fighter. He's getting on a bit. And right. 45, 46 people are saying he's 46 this year. It's, and if that is the case, then Eddie Hearn's done a masterstroke, keep him out of the way of, obviously, Joshua and any main contenders. I can't understand how he came to the UK and fought two guys in Dave Allen and he fought Malik Scott. Again, it's a mystery as to after fighting Tony Thompson, you're now fighting that level of opposition. Can you work it out?
Well, first, I didn't know Luis was 46 or 45. Man, I thought he was like 39 or something. And that's, but wow, he's that old. Oh man, that's crazy. But I think I think what he's trying to do at this point is make him some money before he retires. And I think also he's in a good position because he's a WBA mandatory for the WBA for Klitschko Joshua winner. And now with Heyman, it'll be easier for him to make a Wilder fight when that fight comes around. But I'm sure Wilder's probably going to fight Joseph Parker before he even looks at he's going to fight Bermane Stiverne, and if he gets past Stiverne, he might fight Joseph Parker. And that's before he even looks at Luis Ortiz. And Luis Ortiz is going to try to get Anthony Joshua Klitschko winner. But Pulev has something to say about that as well because he's the IBF mandatory. So, we'll see what happens. He might end up over there with Heyman fighting Dominic Brazil or somebody for a while.
I think Ortiz, if I were him, I'd go down the Shannon Briggs route.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. Yep, that'd be great.
Shannon Briggs versus Luis Ortiz. It's a good fight. Two big punches. It's for the WBA regular title. I mean, then he gets a world title. He can make his moves from there. I think if I were Lewis Ortiz management, I'd push him that way. But hey, I'm not Lewis Ortiz management. As for the Bermain Stavern Wilder fight, Bermain Stavern exclusively revealed on our channel that he was the mandatory. Straight after the Wilder fight, he came on and said, "I'm the mandatory challenger." But it was like, for myself, I kind of knew that was the way it was going. But ever since that has been announced by Mauricio Suleiman, sorry, it's all gone quite quiet.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think Don King pushed, he's flexing his last bits of power he got to get Bermain Stavern and his other fighters some shots here. But I think that the fans and the boxing, pretty much nobody wants to see Bermain Stavern and Wilder again. Pete Wilder's under a lot of scrutiny right now. People want to see him in there with somebody, and now the WBC telling him he has to fight Bermain Stavern again. It's like, I think they did. Who did they do this to back in the day? It was somebody. I cannot remember now, but somebody gave up their title back in the day for that reason. I can't remember. I had a brain fart, but anyway, Wilder, he should be. I would much rather see Wilder fight Dillian White. I would much rather see the Dillian White fight, or somebody like that for the WBC rather than Bermain Stavern, because Stavern has to work his way back up. I haven't seen Stavern do anything since he lost to Wilder that would justify putting him back in a title contention for the same belt. It just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? And it's what Povetkin did was wrong, yes, but Dillian White is more relevant right now than Bermain Stavern.
Okay, but I agree with you totally in that sense that Bermain Stavern Dillian White would be more relevant. However, Dillian White came up a fight with Chisora, right? And a lot of people think that Chisora won that fight.
Mm-hmm.
There was a story, I don't know how true the story is, that Dillian White is not seen as world class, and therefore that's why his career is not being pushed the way it should be pushed. I don't know if that's true or not.
No, I don't know about that story, because I mean, him and Derek Chisora put on a hell of a show, in my opinion. I thought it was a very entertaining heavyweight bout.
Absolutely.
If people complain about boring fights all the time, then they get an exciting fight where there's a lot of drama in it. Finally a fight lived up to the trash talk, outside the ring. And then people want to, complain about the guys. I mean, I would love to see Dillian White get a shot against Deontay Wilder.
Absolutely. But I mean, you see, when I made that statement, that wasn't me saying I didn't think Dillian White was good enough. That's more of a statement meaning, does his promoter back him enough? Does his promoter think he's good enough?
Right,
if his promoter thinks he's good enough, his promoter will stick him in there. Or if his promoter thinks it's profitable, he'll stick him in there. But if his promoter doesn't believe that, or doesn't think that, or doesn't think he's ready, then you don't see us falling there. He's got past Chisora, okay. So what are you going to do with him now? What are you going to do? How are you going to get him up there? You've got he's he was ranked number 4 at one point. You had Luis Ortiz, Stavern's number 1, and there was somebody else in that ranking as well. Somebody else was there in the top 4.
I can't remember. You said Bermain Stavern.
He's number 1. Then you had Luis Ortiz was 2. I don't know if it was Pulev in the ranking. It can't be in the WC rankings, is he? Pulev?
I don't remember Pulev being in there. I thought he was in the IBF.
Yeah. So you got 3 fighters. Well, White was 4. But I couldn't remember who 3 was. 2 was Luis Ortiz. And 1 was Stavern.
No, I couldn't remember.
I think a good fight would have been.
It could have been Pulev, but because a lot of them guys are ranked in multiple sanctioned bodies. It could have been Pulev,
Yep.
Him or what's the guy? What's the big dude with top rank? Ruiz.
Ruiz or Miller?
Right. Yeah.
I've got people talking. There's something in the room has come. Oh, this is going to be your favorite topic. Billy Joe Saunders and Gennady Golovkin. The fight is now off.
Oh yeah, they announced it is off.
Apparently, the expo cannot raise the money, similar to the Khan Pacman situation. So it's about Kazakhstan. It was him fighting in Kazakhstan.
So Golovkin was supposed to fight in Kazakhstan, and someone was supposed to pay for that fight to happen.
Yeah, and
they did okay, and they didn't come up with the money.
Yeah.
Oh well, they should be able to fight somewhere else. Fight in the UK.
It would be great for. I think it'd be a great fight in the UK. It has to. I think it needs to happen. But based on his last performance, Billy Joe Saunders, he's gonna have to really put it together.
He ain't got nothing to put together, man. Saunders, he knows that he's going to get whooped against Golovkin. He's trying to bluff his way. He's trying to bluff his way through the situation and pretend like he wants this fight, and he knows what's coming. I understand that. I've seen people do that my whole life. They know they're gonna get whooped, so they talk loud, talk tough, so at least they can leave with some type of dignity when they wake up. So I think that's what Saunders is doing. But if it'd be interesting if Golovkin don't fight him. If Golovkin does not fight Saunders, it's gonna be hilarious. If Golovkin allows Oscar De La Hoya to dictate what he does, it's gonna be hilarious. If he ducks Saunders, because I'm gonna call it a duck, because he's been whining. Team Golovkin been whining all this time about Saunders ducking them. Now you have an opportunity to fight this man, and if you don't fight him, then it's a duck. All right, and not because Golovkin is afraid of him, just because he's stupid. His team is stupid. If they let Oscar De La Hoya tell this man, "Oh, you can't fight in June, otherwise Canelo's not going to fight you in September." Well, Canelo hasn't fought you in 2 years. How you know he's going to fight you at all? It's ridiculous.
I've got people in the room here. Then somebody said maybe Warren will host the fight. Another person said Warren could host a piss up in a brewery. And then somebody says our DJ Slick says Warren couldn't run a bath. Oh God. But then people are saying Billy Joe Saunders is a real deal. Here's how I see it. Look at the Kell Brook fight, and I look at the Danny Jacobs fight, and then I look at someone like Billy Joe Saunders. I think he's got good boxing ability. I don't think that last fight did him any favors. I think British, Commonwealth, European, now world champion. I think he has got a lot of stick for not defending his world title against decent opposition. That's granted. I understand that. And he'll never, ever live down the comment he said, where he said Eubank Jr. and himself would get beaten the same night by Golovkin. That comment there has really given him I don't use the word shit stain, but that basically is on him. Right. Because people won't shift that. People will say, look, you said this guy's going to whoop you. You openly said it. Even if you believed it, you just don't come out and say things like that.
Right.
Especially in social, not in this era. Not in this. I think maybe he could have got away with saying that maybe in the 90s. He may have got away with saying that. He may have got away with saying that.
Because social media wasn't everything you say now is instant. It's around the world in 5 seconds. Everybody in the world knows what you said in 5 seconds. In the 90s, you had to wait until the magazines came out. And, if people didn't see the magazine, then you get away with it,
So Saunders making this statement hasn't done himself any favors. And people will go back and play that and say, well, you said that there, mate. And your actions since have led people to believe that you don't want the fight.
Mm-hmm.
Which is contrary to his upbringing, contrary to what the traveling background and what they're about being fighting men. It's contrary to that. So if he's being an honest man, he's just saying, look, I just don't think we're at that time he didn't feel that he could beat Golovkin. But having said that, that was back then. Golovkin's now 35 years old.
Right.
Has anything changed? And Golovkin for me hasn't looked spectacular in 2 fights now. I know he beat Brook, like he was meant to beat Brook, And
Right.
this fight against Jacobs, I said that don't write Jacobs off. Jacobs is going to be the toughest fight of his career. But
Mm-hmm.
people laughed at me when I said it and said he had no footwork. Jacobs got no boxing ability, and people laughed and trashed what I had to say. And more or less what happened in the fight.
Right.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I thought Jacobs won the fight, man. I thought Jacobs beat him. I picked Triple G going in. I thought everything Jacobs did in the actual fight, I thought he couldn't do against Triple G. And I'm watching the fight like, what the hell? He's doing it. He's actually doing this. And then I start thinking like, okay, Jacobs is obviously better than I thought he was. Even though I thought highly of Jacobs, I underestimated his boxing ability and ring IQ. And he definitely was throwing a lot of different angles and tricks at Triple G. And Triple G just looked slow. He wasn't throwing. He was hesitant. He was afraid of the right hand. So every time Jacobs turned southpaw, Triple G was more comfortable. He was still hesitant, but he didn't have to worry about the right hand. When Jacobs was in orthodox position, Triple G was very I don't know, he's very jittery, like, flinching all the time, worried about that oncoming right hand. But he never really got hit flush with it the whole night. You know what I mean? A real good one. But I thought Jacobs won the fight.
You
Triple
did?
G, yeah, Triple G. Kell Brook, I thought boxed beautifully for a couple rounds against Triple G, and if he was the same size as Triple G, he would have beat him, in my opinion. I thought, Golovkin just looked slow, methodical, and I'm so sick of hearing this. Oh, he just lets people hit him. He wants to make the fight. He wants to make the fight entertaining for the fans.
It's
And
garbage.
no,
It's garbage.
right, absolutely garbage. Absolute, and it's an insult to Mexican people for this guy to say. Well, I've heard people say, oh, it's a tribute to Mexican style by letting people hit you. Like, what the hell kind of? So Mexicans stand there and let people go tell Marquez that, right? Go tell Salvador Sanchez that. You know what I'm saying? That Mexicans stand there and let you hit them. It's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I put that to Abel. Well, when I do my interviews with Abel Sanchez, I don't know if people are aware of it, but it's very much tongue in cheek. It's an inside running joke that I have with Abel Sanchez that some people have got and some people haven't. Most of the questions I ask Abel Sanchez are in response to the idiotic, stupid, and fanatical behaviors of some fans. I asked him questions like one question I asked Abel was. Does just Gennady like fighters hitting him on the chin? He says that's not part of the strategy or the game plan. He got hit because those guys landed good shots on him.
Right.
So that was one of the things I cleared up. The next thing I asked Abel Sanchez was about the IBF check weight and that Jacobs missed it. I asked him that. There were people on social media, again, across Twitter, Jacobs is a cheat. He came in the ring as a light heavyweight.
Right.
I said, so I asked Abel, what do you think about this? And Abel said, well, if we had that option and, if we had the option, we'd seriously look at it and we'd talk about it as a team. What he basically was saying is, if I had the same option, I'd do the same damn thing too.
Right.
He had no problems with it. He had no problems with it. Golovkin had no problems with it, but the fans had a problem with it.
Well, yeah, they're looking for excuses, the fans. The fans always look for some type of excuse to prepare themselves for what's going to happen. I saw it. Jacobs he missed the IBF weigh-in. He's in there after the fight. This is how you know that they know Triple G lost, because they say stuff like, well, Jacobs was 190 pounds. And I'm like, well, how do you know he was 190 pounds? How do you know this? Like, where are you getting this information? You can look at him and tell he was 190 pounds. I said, okay. I'm like, oh my God, this is ridiculous, man. It's like, come on, man. 190 pounds, but you're crying every time I say Triple G should fight Andre Ward. But Jacobs was 190 though.
78. Listen, I'm going to say something you're not going to be happy with, but I went and looked at the fight. I re-scored the fight, and as much as I love Danny Jacobs and as much as I wanted Danny Jacobs to win, I didn't think he won the fight. I didn't think he won the fight because I didn't think he landed enough telling blows. I know he landed some blows. I thought a lot of his punches were scuffing and missing. And I felt that he did land some good shots in some rounds. And I marked him. When he scored well. And he won the round convincingly. that I found there were a lot of the rounds where I felt he was backing up and Golovkin was pushing forward. So if you're scoring it on the point of Golovkin being the aggressor and Jacobs being the guy on the back foot, and you're doing it as aggressive fighting, then you'll say Golovkin won the fight because Jacobs was on back foot all night long for most of the fight. And so therefore, that's how I scored the fight. I guess boxing's subjective. One person sees it one way, another person sees it another. There's no way, though, I thought Gennady won the fight by unanimous point decision. Okay, so he certainly did. I scored, I think the first round, I scored it 10-10, meaning like I couldn't give anybody the round. I just left it as it was. There was a couple of rounds like that. Obviously, the knockdown was given to Gennady for that. But I can't say that I thought Gennady dominated the fight, and I can't say that, and he didn't win the fight by, you know, many rounds, but I didn't think that I personally think Jacobs did enough to win the fight outright. I didn't think Jacobs put on a sort of performance that was saying, right, that's it, I'm coming to rip the titles from him.
Right.
I thought we put on a performance there that was okay, good, but not the sort of performance. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say Jacobs put up the type of performance that if he was the champion, he would have got the decision.
Yes, but he didn't put on a performance as a challenger. In my opinion, he didn't put on a performance that said, you know what, I've rubber stamped this fight. I've won this fight. It wasn't like that. It was like, yeah, I could see how Jacobs could have won the fight. But it wasn't one of them. It wasn't one of them. Jacobs won that fight, man. Like when Lewis beat Holyfield the first fight.
Right.
Holyfield, you know, got that. It was a draw, that fight. Where Lewis blatantly won that fight.
Oh yeah.
Jacobs gave the impression, or it looked as though Jacobs did enough to win the fight, but doing just enough for me for a unified fight isn't for me enough. And you're on the back foot doing that. It's not like he was a Floyd Mayweather on the back foot and popping stinging right hands or stinging left hooks and spinning away like Floyd did against Canelo. It wasn't like that. It was more. It was nip and tuck sort of win rather than a direct. Yeah, he won that fight. I'll put my hat on it. It wasn't like that. And so people, first of all, there was again. It's again an opinion. There were a lot of people who were expecting Golovkin to blow Jacobs away. So first of all, Jacobs went 12 rounds. So that was like ting, like a thumbs up. Yeah, he went 12 rounds. So that, and then Golovkin. He made Golovkin miss. He made Golovkin pay at times. He landed good shots on Golovkin. So he had a lot of success against Golovkin. But it wasn't because he did those things and many other guys got dropped, stopped, and destroyed. Because he went the 12 rounds, to me, when Jacobs went 12 rounds, is like, thank goodness I didn't get knocked out, as opposed to, yeah, I won that time, I won that belt. I thought Jacobs paid Golovkin way too much respect. Way too much respect.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think he paid him too much respect as well. I think that Danny was he believed the hype, he believed the myth about Triple G, and he was nervous. He was boxing very cautiously. I thought he was winning the rounds, but there were times in certain rounds where I thought he could unleash. Because Triple G was just as nervous. He was just as nervous, you know. And Jacobs could have unleashed and walked him down, went forward, and you know, banged with him a little bit. And I think he, you know, I thought he could have stopped him, man, if he would have went forward. And but you know, if he gets a rematch, I think he'll be better now that he's been in there. You know, he's been in there. He's seen what happened. So, you know, he's felt the power. I think he'll be all right.
That's a fight I would like to see a rematch to. Definitely like to see a rematch to that. I think, but you see, if Jacobs decides to go with the strategy of I'm going to take the fight to Golovkin, that's where I think he may get himself knocked out.
Yes. If he oh, go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was gonna say if he goes in there recklessly, but what I mean by this is like in spots, like, okay, you box the same way you did the first fight, right? You box, right? And you make Golovkin come and Golovkin is excellent at applying pressure with his feet. Okay, he's coming forward. So now, right Golovkin likes to attack when, as soon as your back is about to touch the ropes, he likes to attack, and that's when I would attack and then walk him back to the other side of the ring. Okay, because when you start letting your hands go, he'll back up, he'll cover up, all right, and then just those short 3-second exchanges, then you go back to boxing again and make him come chase you, looking for you, and then you explode. And I think if you do that, you can win the rounds more decisively.
Do you know the sort of style that you need to beat Golovkin? I've been saying it for the longest while. Golovkin can't fight backing up. He can't fight backing up. And I've said it in the Kell Brook fight as a perfect example. When Kell Brook was landing shots on Golovkin,
right?
All Golovkin does when he gets hit is tuck up,
and
call the guy in. He does nothing. He is inactive. Golovkin is a front foot fighter, front foot only. He gets on the front foot, and that's where he gets maximum power. Notice the last 2 guys he's fought, he hasn't looked the same knockout artist. Why? Because guys have been moving. So Golovkin's always had to reset his feet, reset his feet, reset his feet. And when you're resetting your feet, you can't get the same maximum amount of power as you would do if you're just walking a guy down and able to land some sort of shots. Okay? So Brook and Jacobs have both been guys who've used their feet. Anybody who beats Golovkin is a guy who's going to have excellent footwork. That's who beats Golovkin. A guy's got excellent footwork. A guy that can get in, throw your shots, and slip to the sides. And all you do, bang, 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 shoe shine, away. And then when Golovkin comes at you, go away or tie him up. When he gets in close, hit him with the uppercut. He's vulnerable to uppercuts as well. You know, it's not an easy job to do, but there are professional fighters that can do it. You know, I mean, people are saying that this guy would beat Sugar Ray Robinson and Sugar Ray Leonard. I mean, really?
Right. Yeah, I'm gonna reply to a comment I see here in the live chat. Okay, somebody's asking, can you ask Mr. 78 Sports why did members of the LDBC Lions Den boxing community, why did they do several videos critiquing David Lemieux being overweight, but later on the week did not criticize Danny Jacobs? Well, I'd like to tell you, sir, that is a figment of your imagination. That is a lie, because on my page right now, there's a video of me criticizing Daniel Jacobs for being overweight, and you can't find one video of me criticizing David Lemieux for being overweight. So someone else could say the opposite of what you're saying. They could say, oh, 78, why'd you go in on Danny Jacobs, but you didn't go in on David Lemieux? Why? Because I don't support Golden Boy Promotions fights, so I didn't watch David Lemieux versus the other guy, Stevens. I didn't watch that fight.
I watched it and I could see for the first minute.
I heard about it on YouTube. You know, I didn't, you know, so I didn't criticize David Lemieux, but I know what you're trying to insinuate and suggest, but this is not that type, you know, this is not that type of party. We over here talking boxing. You guys need to leave the bias, or are you a racist? Leave that stuff out of the conversation. We just talking boxing.
Listen, me and you are in the pub together. We're having a good chat in the pub. So, of course,
they always do that.
Laugh tonight. We can have a good laugh. Oh, I have seen another comment here. Michael Reed says, when you get a chance, big up 78 for his recent Black Book review. I purchased the Marcus Garvey book he recommended. Good guy. Fantastic stuff there, 78. Want to talk a little bit more about it very quickly?
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks, man. Good. Thanks for the shout out, and glad you checked out the book, man. Yeah, the Marcus Garvey book is one of my favorites. I look at it from time to time, and I usually take quotes out of that book and make posters out of them. You know what I'm saying? And I make like little flashcards and give them to my kids and stuff, and so they can memorize the quotes and, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, very good book. Philosophies and Opinions of Marcus Garvey.
On the subjects of flashcards, I've actually got a video on flashcards when I was in the States. I was in Chicago, actually. I was looking at the Black Inventors.
Oh, yeah.
There's loads of different flashcards of that. Something we certainly don't have in the UK. It's something that I definitely think is necessary to have in terms of educating young people in our communities. The second thing, very quickly, I don't know if you saw the video I did on the Book of Matt.
No, I didn't see that.
It is the oldest religion in the world, older than Christianity and Islam and any
Oh,
other religion. Yeah, the book on that is the oldest book, that was originated thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years,
oh
way
yeah,
before. And basic Christianity and Islam and all these other religions basically took from the
yeah.
African
That's
culture way back.
right. That's where the
That,
10 Commandments come from.
yeah, so that book was out, and I advertised it over the channel as well. So and the gentleman who actually did the book and got all the different manuscripts together in its original form was there as well. So yeah, just thought I'd pop that in as well. So great stuff. So we're going to go back and forth a whole load of things. Let's think. People are talking about this fight with Bwtm and Michael Hook. What are your thoughts on that?
Breeders. Who are they talking about?
Bwtm, 78, the cruiserweight, Bwtm.
Oh, I'm not familiar with him. I don't know who that is. Breeders?
He's Bwtm. He's fighting. Well, he's the guy that Tony Bellew wanted no part of. And now
I heard of him. I heard of him, I think, but I never paid him any attention. I'm gonna go check him out now, though. You send me a link to something from him.
Yeah, okay, no problems. Jim Wilson, I still think Kovalev won that fight by 1 round, but think Ward beats Kovalev in rematch. I do want to say this much about the Kovalev and Ward. I'll go down this route 2 ways. First of all, Kovalev deserved what he's got now, the result he's got now, and I'll tell you why. You were the puncher in this fight. You were the guy who's the bigger man in this fight. You were the man who's supposed to be the stronger man in the fight. You're the one who had a big knockout record coming to fight. You were the guy that people thought was scared, that Andre Ward was scared to fight, right? So now you dropped Andre Ward in the 2nd round. You allowed Andre Ward not only to get back up, the smaller man, the man that was suspected to get blown away. You not allowed him to get back in the fight. You allowed him to box in a rhythm and then start working your body. And you box the same way from round 1 to round 12. So between you and your trainer, Jackson, between the pair of you, right, you couldn't see you were going to lose this fight on points.
Right.
They deserved everything they got. As a world-class fighter at the elite level, in the championship rounds, there was no, between Jackson and Kovalev, you're losing this fight. There was none of that. When Leonard was losing his fight against Thomas Hearns, the trainer in the corner said to him, you're blowing it, son. You're blowing it. When Lewis was fighting Mike Tyson and Manny slapped Lewis and hit him on his chest and said, hey, what the hell are you doing out there? You saw none of that from John David Jackson. But on the flip side, you saw Andre Ward and his trainer. What's the trainer's name again?
Virgil Hunter.
Virgil Hunter, yes. Virgil Hunter. You actually heard Virgil Hunter, shouting at Ward, talking to Ward, telling me you've got to do something. So there was anxiety in the corner of Ward, whereas in Kovalev's corner, it's like, we're gonna win this fight. So you know what? Arrogance. So you know what? I have no sympathy for Kovalev whatsoever. No sympathy, and he can moan and he can complain all he wants. Unless he does a significant change in his training regime, he'll tire down the stretch again. And I expect Ward to beat more convincingly. If he was going to beat Ward, that was the time to beat Ward. Now Ward's fought you already. I don't see, in my opinion, I don't see Kovalev being. And then Kovalev hit me square on the chin later on in the fight, and Ward walked straight through it.
Right. I think Kovalev doesn't make adjustments.
That's my point.
Right. He just, he fights the same way. He's good at it, but his power bails him out so much. Similar to Deontay Wilder, his power bails him out and masks his lack of skill set. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a big Wilder fan, so I'm not dissing him, but I know what I see, and eventually somebody's gonna hit him. And it's just like with Kovalev is he boxes very well, but when there's someone he can't get out of there, when somebody's giving him angles that he's not expecting, or he doesn't know how to make adjustments, and he doesn't respect John David Jackson to listen to him. He said in several interviews that American trainers, what did he say recently? Something about he think American trainers think that they're well, everyone says American trainers are so good, but I don't think they're good. I think they're shit. And I think I would much rather have a Russian trainer. I'm like, what? Well, get out of here then. Get out of here.
Yeah. Well, that leads me on to my next point, which is some interesting news. I don't know if you're aware of it. I got an email about 3 days ago. The Robert Garcia gym has been bought by Igor Klimas, the manager of Alexander Usyk, and 50% by him and 50% by Russ Anbar. And the deal will work out that Anbar is 50% is as a trainer, and Igor Klimas sort of like 50% is as him as a manager. So there you go. So
Wow.
so it looks like that's their plan to dominate and get all the East European fighters all in that gym, or all under the tutelage, not under Lomachenko now, under the tutelage of Ras Anbar. And Usyk's new trainer is not Lomachenko, as a lot of people expected, but it's Ras Anbar. What are your thoughts?
Well, Usyk was he's a good fighter, but I don't like the way they handled the situation with Mr. Ali Bashir. Yeah, I didn't like the way they handled that situation. I thought the man was disrespected in the way they handled that, and I wish nothing but horrible things for Usyk.
There you go. So he's got Michael Hunter they're going to try and take on now, which is a dangerous fight. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, I'll be rooting for that guy. Like I said, I'll be rooting for him. I just don't like that. When somebody's good to you, if and I understand in business, if you want to go in a different direction, you want to break partnerships or whatever. But that's a conversation you have to have face to face with a person and explain to them why you're making this move and whatever. And then you give them some type of severance or something. You don't just, I just didn't like that. I thought that was Usyk has a lot of people around him, bloodsuckers, vampires around him now. And they want to get the genuine people away from him so that they can suck his blood. And, he deserves it at this point.
Absolutely, absolutely. I've got people in my room commenting on the background. A78, what do you think about the background?
Yeah. Yeah, they want a poster or something, huh?
Gotta laugh. I've got there's a lot of things I've got here. People are talking about Tony Bellew has given up the WBC title. What are your thoughts?
The cruiserweight?
Yes.
Well, Tony Bellew, I think he's comfortable probably comfortable at heavyweight now because he knows he's gonna make a lot of money. And at least for one fight, until he fights a real heavyweight, he's gonna make a lot of money, and he's gotten used to eating good, and probably don't feel like cutting weight. But I think Bellew, I was proud of him, man. I was surprised that his heart, he got a lot of heart. Bellew got a lot of heart. David Haye, he displayed some heart too, by fighting through the injury and stuff. But I'm not a David Haye fan. I don't like David Haye. I think he's a hater. I think he's a con man, and I think he's a good athlete who cons his way in the sport of boxing, pretending to be a boxer because he's a good athlete, and he just wants to make some money. I don't like the way I thought he hated on Joshua. He saw the fall of Klitschko and he ran back to the sport like, hey, everybody's talking about Joshua. Ooh, I think I can beat him. I want some of this money too, and whatever. But Bellew doesn't. I don't think Bellew stands a chance with a guy like Joshua, Klitschko, or Wilder, or any of the big heavyweights. I think that his best, most competitive fights will be against a smaller heavyweight like a Joseph Parker or something like that. But yeah, Bellew, it's not gonna last, man. I'll give him one fight with a legit heavyweight, who doesn't look like Sideshow Bob, and he's going to sleep.
Well, I think Slideshot, they're trying to get the Hay rematch.
Oh, well, that's a lot of money. That's some big money.
Does Hay beat him or does Bellew win the rematch?
Unfortunately, Hay knocks him out in the rematch. I think Hay stops him in the rematch. You know, man. I thought the first fight was a fluke, but I'll take it. You know, I'll take it because I don't like David Hay, but I'm not stupid. I think if they come back in for a rematch, I think David Hay will get him. I think Hay might get him. Now, if Bellew can beat Hay twice, man, this is gonna be hilarious, man. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if he can beat him twice.
Would he be the greatest cruiserweight of all time?
If he beats David Hay?
Yeah.
Well, no, he's fighting a heavyweight. He can't beat Holyfield beat his ass.
I have to say it because people will suggest, well, he went from cruiserweight, won the WBC cruiserweight championship. He'd move up to heavyweight. He beat David Hay.
Nah, I don't see it. Cruiserweight is like, well, maybe I can't say that. I was gonna diss the cruiserweight division, but I can't say that because I don't watch the cruiserweight division like other people do. So maybe I'm just not educated on the cruiserweight division like other people are. But you know, I don't see him, being the greatest cruiserweight of all time. By going up and beating David Hay. Now David Hay, what has David Hay done since he's been back? I mean, this is a guy who ducked Shannon Briggs, a 50, 60-year-old man.
Hey, listen, he's around the same age as Luz Ortiz.
Yeah, I mean, the man got a great beard, okay, and he's running around in your country harassing you. He's grabbing your hair. He's looking for you, and you tell the man you're gonna fight him. Then you don't fight him, and you make up some lie about why you didn't fight him, and you get beat by Tony Bellew. All right. And I really wish I could have put money on Bellew. I really do, because the people who put bet on Bellew had to get paid that night. They had to get paid. They had to get paid.
Paid good.
I thought David Hay was going to destroy Bellew.
So did I. Said it won't go 2 rounds.
Yeah, I was rooting for Bellew, but I thought Hay would destroy him. And
it was the first. Sorry, you go.
No, go ahead.
It was the first fight I did a commentary on. Well, I did commentary for the fight, and I was commentating, and it's the first time I've made a prediction and commentating at the same time. And you're commentating with the expectation that your guy's going to win.
Right.
And every round I'm expecting Hay to knock Bellew out. And when you get to about round 6 and Hay's like in trouble and Bellew's training with him, it was like somebody called it was an epic 6 round in my commentary. And it was like, oh, just every round you're hoping Hay would have done it just to make sure your prediction went well. But I got some stick afterwards. God, I got some stick.
Man, yeah, that's crazy.
Proper stick.
Yeah. A lot of Hay fans got mad at me in my post-fight video because I laughed at them. And everything I ever wanted to say about David Hay for years, I said I saved it all up for that moment. I got him, man. And Hay fans were like, "Oh, but he showed heart and courage." And I don't care about the heart and courage, because this is a cruiserweight, man. Right? You're talking about, you can beat Joshua, you can beat Wilder, you can beat all these guys, and then you're ducking Shannon Briggs, and then you waste your time arguing with the cruiserweight and then lose to him. All right, I don't care about anything else after that point.
What about Haymaker 2.0?
Oh, come on, man. Haymaker 2.0, man. I can't. Like, David Hay's just a con man, man. He's a con man. I'm telling you. He's the same type of guy. You get those guys who are like good-looking brothers, and they got the art of finesse, and they take old housewives' money and disappear. Yeah. That's what David Hay does.
David Hay should be in the what's the show again? The Housewives.
Yeah, Real Housewives of Great Britain. Yeah, David Hayes. He's a. I don't trust that guy, man.
Yeah, my wife feels the same way about him, to be quite honest. Never trusted him.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, let's move on. Chris Eubank Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I heard a story now. I don't know how true this story is, but the TV deal between him and ITV seems to have gone tits up. The other thing I heard was that Chris Eubank Jr. is now calling out Tony Bellew at a catch weight. What do you thoughts about that?
I think it's foolish on Eubanks Jr. part to be calling out Tony Bellew at a catch weight. I think he has other things to do. I think, listen, man, like, see, when people act like this, it's like a thirsty move, and it tells me that you just want some money and want some attention, like he's an attention whore, because you just moved up to 168. Why not fight someone relevant at 168? Why not earn some respect, and so that people will take you serious? I like Chris Eubank Jr., but why are you looking all the way up at heavyweight like, hey, I'll fight you at a catchweight? Like, dude, how about fight somebody who weighs what you weigh? Somebody who's relevant. Why not do that? You know, it's just ridiculous. Like, I just don't understand it, man. You know, Gennady Golovkin says he might come up to 168 and all this stuff. So there you go. You can redeem yourself with the Golovkin situation. Fight this guy. You can fight one of the other champions at 168. You know, he hasn't done nothing at 168. He just got there. He fought somebody, whatever, won the IBO belt, which means nothing. That's like the YouTube belt. Okay. And,
whoa! Oh no! I won't have you slagging off the IBO belt.
no.
Come on, 78. You know you can't get away saying stuff like that. The YouTube belt. The IBO belt back in the day had some. So only the best fighters got the IBF belt.
No, the IBO. The IBO.
Yeah, the IBO belt.
What best fighters had the IBO belt?
Remember when there was a time Roy Jones had it, Lennox Lewis had it, Klitschko got it. All the guys.
But that's a gift belt. It's like, okay, you're the champion already, so I'm gonna give you my belt to bring legitimacy to my belt. So they just gave that belt to good fighters. But if the belt is sitting on an island by itself and you go pick it up, you're nobody. You're not a champion. You know what I mean? If you're already a champion and they gift you the IBO belt, then that's fine. But he can't go beat Joe Blow and say, hey, I'm the IBO champion. Now, come on, man. That's like that Charlie Z stuff.
Well, okay. When you put it like that, then you know what? I'm going to give you props for that, brother.
Yeah. Thank you.
Picking it off an island. Give me proper jokes. Right. For those people who have just joined the room, thank you so much. You're probably wondering who this man is in the room. 78 Sports TV, I think, needs no introduction, but I'm sure you'd like to introduce yourself anyway.
78 Sports TV on YouTube, Facebook, and been doing boxing videos for a long time on YouTube. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go and subscribe.
I will say I have got green eye. I have got green eye when it comes to you, 78, because you've got lots of views and lots of subscribers, and that's down to hard work. But I've got to say I still got green eye for you though, because you got max respect to you then, and I'm just saying as a brother, I've got a lot of respect for what you do.
Hey, much love, brother. Oh man. Yeah, man, hey, it's hard work, man. Hard work.
So tell us, you're going to talk to me. I don't want you to share your deep secrets as to how you got there, but certainly want to know the blueprints of how your successes on the YouTube universe.
It wasn't. Well, to be honest with you, man, it really wasn't difficult, and I'm not saying that in an arrogant way. Like I just gave my opinions. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have really a filter. I just said how I felt about this fight, that fight. So people would hear me praise the fighter today, and they will subscribe to my channel. Oh, I like you because you like my fighter. Then the very next day, I'm ripping your fighter apart, and they're like, "Hey, you're a hypocrite. Yesterday you liked them, and now you're a critic." Well, yesterday he didn't. Now he's ducking somebody. All right, so. So people, I think people have a love-hate relationship with me. They say that they, even my strongest haters, they'll say, "Oh, 78, I hate him, I hate him, I hate him." But they watch my videos, constantly, and they'll tell you what I said in my last video and all of that stuff. So they watch them, so it doesn't bother me. As long as they watching, then it's fine, man. But it's not a difficult thing. I just talk about what I think people care about. I try not to talk about obscure fights that I know people don't care about. Like, I just judge it like that. Like, whatever I see the people in my comment section talking about, then I talk about that. And usually people like the casual stuff, man. They like the Canelo, Triple G. Nobody wants to hear about Javier Fortuna. They don't. Yeah, they don't. Even though, look, and I'm a Fortuna fan, but I know if I do a video about Fortuna, in the morning when I wake up and I say, okay, let's check the boxing news, let's see what's going on, and then it's news about Javier Fortuna. I like Fortuna, so I take that news, and that's just for me in my brain. And I look at the other news. Oh, Triple G, rolled out of bed and fell down. I'm gonna do a video about that because that's gonna get, that's gonna make me $50, and Javier Fortuna video will make me 50 cents. So that's how people don't care. They everyone loves to say how much they're a hardcore boxing fan, but I've done so many videos from my heart and taken so much time to make sure I'm accurate about the history and the dates. And the videos will get like 2,000 views in a year, but I do one video about some nonsense and the video will get 10,000 views a day, and that kind of stuff irritates me. But I just said, fine, it is what it is. It's I'll just do it for the for the people who watch the genuine videos that I make, that I take time. I appreciate those people, but for the most part, most of the people online are really casuals pretending to be hardcore boxing fans because they don't care about hardcore, real boxing conversations about history or any of that stuff. They don't care. They pretend like they do, but they really don't care.
Thank you for that. Also, question in the room. It's an interesting question. Why 78 Sports TV? Or why 78?
Oh, why did I call myself that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. I used to live on the street, 78th Street, all right? And I knew everybody. I knew everything that was going on. People came to me for information on stuff. I'm not talking about the police, obviously.
Well, they will assume it is the police.
Right, yeah, they'll assume it's the police. Yeah. But the people from the neighborhood, they'll say, hey, man, what you hear about this or what? So people used to basically call me 78 News, and I took that and I called. When I started talking about boxing, like a couple years later, I started my page, and it was called 78 Fight News. All right, and then that page got taken down, and I came back with 78 Fight News 365, and had some trouble on that page. Then I started 78 Sports TV because initially I was going to start talking about other sports, which I am kind of doing, but I was going to start talking about basketball, football, MMA, and other things other than boxing.
Okay. Is that it?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's it.
Fair enough. Right. So we'll get back. Feel free, of course. This is not just a one-way conversation. You can ask your questions back as well, 78. By the way.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me think of some questions for Bay Lord. See what I got here.
Oh. I'll watch you, 78. I'll go watch you.
Okay, let me see. Are you a fan? This is a real question here because I got my answer to this too. Are you a fan of women's boxing? Truly.
I am. I can't say I'm not.
Okay. I see.
Can't say
I'm not. Okay. I'm not. I don't know if I'm not a fan of women's boxing. I can watch women's MMA, but I can't watch women's boxing for some reason. And I don't want to say this on cam. It's just because I don't want to seem like I'm hating on the sport of boxing. But for some reason, it looks more brutal. When the woman's getting hit in the face over and over again, it just does something funny to my stomach. I think I was just traumatized as a kid. I think because I think that's what it is. I think that's what it is.
You think so?
Yeah.
Hold on. Well, what about the days of Layla Ali and
yeah,
Lucia Riker and
yeah,
all them guys, and the preacher's daughter and
Christy
Anne Wolf?
Yeah, and Wolf. You know, I did watch a few fights back in those days. I did watch Layla Ali.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I did watch, but see, I could watch Layla Ali because she was. All right, listen, she's pretty, and she's kicking ass. I don't have to watch this pretty girl get beat up. You see what I'm saying? She's winning. You know,
Mia
I
St.
know
John
this
was a good example. Remember when Mia St. John first broke out? She's like, oh, she's really good looking. And then she used to get beaten up. I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, I can't. It just does something to my stomach. So I couldn't. But MMA, female MMA is easier for me to watch because usually they end up grabbing each other and, you know, and wrestling and taking each other down, the submission moves. So it's easier for me. I don't have to watch the repetitive beating. But
no, what it is, no. What it is, you like the kinky stuff. You like when they're rolling around on the floor. And
well,
that's what you really like, innit? Be honest.
Well, I like that too, and I think they should. I think they should let the female MMA fighters fight in the thongs. They should let them fight in thongs.
You should let them fight in thongs. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Don't stir my camera. Keep talking.
Oh yeah, but yeah, the with the boxers, I think the reason why I think it's a childhood thing is because I was in the 6th grade, okay, and I remember it was this new girl, beautiful girl, came to she was a new girl in the school, absolutely gorgeous. Everybody was talking about her the same day. I mean, the whole day. It was her first day of school at our school, and everybody was talking about her. Hey, did you see the new girl? See how pretty she is? You know, she was just gorgeous, right? And this ugly fucking girl, okay, this mean bully girl didn't like her because she didn't like the attention. She just wanted to, you know, beat her up. And I'm telling you, it scarred me. I never forget this. This girl, this beautiful girl, you know, was walking out of the school and they held her. A couple of girls held her arms, and another girl just punched her over and over again in the face. And nobody helped. You know what I'm saying? They just punched her over and over and over again. You know, and they were older than me. You know, I was in like 6th grade. These girls was in like because our school was connected, the middle school was connected to the high school. Because this was on like a military base, you know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, man, it was brutal, man. So that always stayed in my head. So seeing a girl get hit in the face over and over again, I just can't do it. Even if I try to support female boxing, but it's hard for me to watch it. You know what I mean? Hard.
Okay, I've got the people are responding to what you're saying here, which is very interesting. Mr. Doc says, I respect 78 even when I disagree with him because I haven't seen him alter his standards for this or that fighter. Anything that the plague of fanboy channels I've had to sift through on here. That's what he says.
Thank you, Mr. Doc. I appreciate it. Much love.
Let's give Mr. Doc a shout out for that. 78 would be more of a fan of women's boxing if the competition level more on par with women's MMA. To me, the biggest problem is the talent pool.
I don't know. It could. I guess. I don't know, man. Like I said, man, I just some certain fights, you know, even with Ann Wolf fights, it's hard for me to watch Ann Wolf fights because Ann Wolf beat the shit out of girls, man. She really beat the shit out of girls, and it was hard for me to watch her fights. I could watch some of her highlights and stuff, but sit down and watch Ann Wolf fight is brutal.
Right. Let's really go there, yeah. Could you be in a relationship with Ann Wolf?
Absolutely not. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something, man. I hope he doesn't get mad at me, but I'm not gonna say the name on camera. But a boxing trainer, told me a story about Ant Wolf. He said that his fighter was sparring James Kirkland, right? And knocked down James Kirkland in sparring. And it got kind of heated. Ann Wolf was really talking shit. She was really really trying to inspire James Kirkland, and she was talking a lot of shit. And the trainer said he got kind of uncomfortable because the environment, they were in their gym, so the environment got kind of like real gangster. So he like, damn, it's just me and my fighter in here, and like everybody's like, he's like, these some street dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like Ann Wolf is talking real tough shit. So he said when his fighter knocked down James Kirkland, they left the gym because it was getting really hectic. And they left the gym, left their bags, everything, just look out of there. And he said that he was at a event. I don't know if it was a fight or something, but he was at some boxing event, and he saw Ann Wolf from across the room. And he said, man, I'm a grown man. All right. He said, I'm a former fighter. And I see this woman across the room, and I'm avoiding her all night like the plague. I'm basically dodging this woman, because he said, man, I'm afraid of Ann Wolf, man. I was laughing, but he was serious. He said, man, I'm not dealing with Ann Wolf. He said, finally Ann Wolf caught up with him. She finally tracked him down when he had his back turned. She caught up to him, and then she just shook his hand and said, hey, yeah, man, that's good. James needed that shit. He needed to get his ass whooped, and he said it was cool. He said, okay, it was cool after that. But the fact that this man was telling me that he was dodging Ann Wolf is just like, that tells you how serious Ann Wolf is. There's no way I could date a woman like that can instill that kind of fear in men.
Okay, let me make it another way. What about Cecilia Breakers?
Cecilia Breakers. I can't remember her face.
You can't remember Cecilia Breakers?
I can't remember her face. No,
brother, that's not good.
I can't remember her face.
That's not good, brother. That is not good. That's not good. That's not good.
Send me a link.
Oh man, that's terrible. You don't know who Cecilia Breakers is? Oh my god!
I cannot picture her face. I can't.
She is the undisputed welterweight champion. I think she undisputed welterweight champion.
No, that don't mean nothing. I told you I didn't watch female boxing. There's like Layla Ali, Christy Martin, Joe Frazier's daughter. I remember them, and I remember Ant Wolf. I don't remember these other ladies, man.
Could somebody send a picture of Cecilia Breakers and kind of like put it in the chat room, please? Cecilia Breakers, please. A gorgeous woman. Anyway, where are we now? Even when Layla Ali, Ann Wolf, and Christy Martin were around, they were all in different weight classes, and there weren't much else for competition. So he's got a very good point. He's got a good point, Mr. Doc. He says, LOL, are we certain we want to see every woman MMA's fighting a thong? Some I'm not so sure about, LOL.
Oh no, that was a joke. I don't want to see them chicks fighting no thong. I don't want to see that.
Okay, let's talk a little bit more. There's lots more fights to talk about. Let's talk about this upcoming fight between Errol Spence, inverted commas, Jeff Lacey versus Kell Brook.
Wait a minute, Earl Spence being compared to Jeff Lacey?
Yes, there's that talk's coming out now. People I think they're clutching straws. They're hoping that Jeff Lacey and Errol Spence are the same guy.
Well,
shout out to JT Blackness, everyone. Peace to everyone. Shout out to JT Blackness. How you doing, JT?
Peace.
I
think that I understand why Team Brook is doing that, but I don't think Earl Spence is a Jeff Lacey 2.0, because Jeff Lacey, yeah, he had a lot of hype, and everything around him and stuff like that. But he didn't display, to me, he didn't display the skill set that I see from Earl Spence. Jeff Lacey pretty much just had a left hook, man. That's it. That's all I remember from Jeff Lacey is a left hook. And then he was knocking people out. He looked good at first, and then it is what it is. I mean, just no, it's not. I think that's ridiculous to compare Earl Spence to Jeff Lacey. Now,
But what people fail to realize is, okay, if you're going to compare that, then you're going to say that Kell Brook is Joe Calzaghe, and Kell Brook is no Joe Calzaghe.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Calzaghe is people. Calzaghe is underrated. He's very underrated.
Very underrated.
Very underrated. Very excellent boxer, and I think that like you say, Brook is no Calzaghe and Earl Spence is no Jeff Lacey. I think Team Brook just needs to focus on the fact that they're going to live person who's Earl Spence Jr. Stop trying to make him someone else, and just because you did good with Triple G doesn't mean you're going to do good with Spence. You just got to focus on the moment, focus on reality. That's what they got to deal with.
Did you manage to catch the video that's on our channel regarding Kell Brook and Earl Spence and the Rocky that was done by Boxing Crazy 78?
Oh yeah. I saw it. It was hilarious.
What do you think of you?
You talking about with the Triple G situation, right?
Are you serious? That one, yeah.
Yeah. It was hilarious, man. Yeah, that was funny. But Kell. See, I like Kell Brook as a fighter, man. I really do.
Yeah.
But I think Kell is underestimating Earl Spence, a little bit, or his team is, or they just putting up a good front. I don't know. But I hope with all that press conference was epic. So I hope that when the fight actually happens, that we see a good fight, and I hope that Kell Brook fights, because Kell Brook, listen, you're the champion. You've been in there with Triple G and all this stuff, and all this stuff you're talking about. This guy is getting a lot of hype. He's coming to your country. I expect Kell Brook to fight his best. I don't want to see Kell Brook in there, backpedaling, and all this stuff. Like, listen, man, just fight the dude. Get it over with, fight him. I'm not in the mood for another close, controversial decision. You know what I mean? I want to see somebody get knocked out one way or the
other. I'm going to go back here because I don't want to miss this part. Modern Broadcast says, good little story. Did they get the bags back? LOL.
What happened? Okay. The story I told.
Yeah. Did they get the bags back?
No, they didn't. They just left them there. It wasn't. I guess it was nothing but the little gym stuff. I didn't even ask them about that.
Okay. Let's see what's here. What's your thoughts on Hughie Fury versus Joseph Parker?
Joseph Parker so far looks good. Hughie Fury, he's a Fury, so he has the name. Other than that, he's a joke. Like to me, what has Hughie Fury done other than have the last name Fury? I don't know. I just don't. Hopefully Joseph Parker beats him. And if Fury wins, I don't care either. Either way, it's just I'm not in the mood for the Furies and their antics and just delusions. I just don't have time for it no more. This guy, I literally, somebody asked me this, and I had to really think about it. One of my subscribers asked me the other day about Fury. He said, 78, hey, I'm kind of a new boxing fan. I've been watching it for like a couple years now. Hey, I keep hearing about Hughie Fury and Joseph Parker fighting. He said, why is Hughie Fury famous? What has he done? I said, good question. I don't know. Like he's just related to Tyson Fury. He's like Tito Jackson. That's it.
What about the Tyson comeback? Tyson Fury comeback?
I saw Tyson Fury's 350-pound workout. Was that what it was? The little video clip where he was like, they said he was 350. I don't know if that's the real weight, but somebody in the title has said that or whatever. But Fury, I think Tyson Fury needs to focus on his mental health. I think he should just focus on getting his health in order. And you know, if you recover, boxing to be there. You know, but trying to rush it back. And that's another thing. You know, I don't know who Tyson Fury has around him, like, or if he's listening to the people around him. Because if I was around Tyson Fury, I would tell him first, listen, man, stay off of social media. You don't need to go anywhere near that stuff. What you need to do is get better. All right, get your health in order. Take a good year off. Don't even think about boxing. The most important thing is your health. All right, your mental health, your physical health. Forget about boxing, because even if Tyson Fury comes back and he fights anybody, whoever he fights, if they beat him, they're not gonna get. It's not gonna mean anything. They're just gonna say, "Oh, well, Tyson Fury was on drugs, or Tyson Fury was out of shape, or he's." So it's ridiculous. I wouldn't even wasting time. If I was any of these other heavyweight champions, I wouldn't waste time with Tyson Fury until he proves himself and comes back and gets a couple of wins under his belt and it conducts himself like a grown up, and then then I would start taking him serious. Until then, I don't want to see any antics, because now every antic, every crazy thing, every Batman costume I see from Fury, I'm gonna think cocaine. That's what I'm gonna think now. So I wouldn't deal with Tyson Fury.
Okay. All right. Interesting comments there. I think, in my opinion, I think Hugh's got it all to prove. Certainly, I think I've said it before, and I'll say it again. His fight against Cassie, the illnesses. I would like to see Hughie put on a very good, impressive performance first before taking a fight against Joseph Parker. I think momentum is key in boxing, and Joseph Parker has been in the tougher fights just by looking at his resume. So there's a lot of things I think Hughie has to overcome. He's not going to get a decision in New Zealand. I can't see it, to be honest. So if he goes to decision and it's close, Parker's going to get it. So I think Hugh's going to have to go out there and knock Parker out. Andy Ruiz couldn't do it. Takam couldn't do it. Dimitrenko couldn't do it. Takam's no pushover either. And Andrew is hitting clean as well. I don't know. I mean, I think Hughie is a better boxer for sure, but physical strength, I think, is with Parker. I mean, it would be a shame for him to go to New Zealand. I would like to see him go to New Zealand on all full blown, all cylinders. Had one or two good wins and a good opposition, and then say, right, got the world title fight. He's taking his chances, and I guess if he pulls it off against Parker, I think it's a monumental win, simply because of, if you look at the Fred Cassie fight and look at the guys who he's fought up to that point, you look at the CVs, you think, well, Parker CV looks better than Hughie's, but this would be Hughie Fury's coming up party. To go to New Zealand and do that, I think it would be a great win.
Oh yeah, it'd be huge, because then he would earn my respect, a lot of other people's respect. It would put him on the map. Then you would see Hughie Fury fanboys run around like he's the greatest. The fanboys, they jump out of nowhere. They wasn't talking about a guy a week ago, and then all of a sudden they're the experts of this guy. Yeah, they'll show up.
Yep, of course. So I just wish him all the best. Somebody asked about the Fury interview. I said I haven't heard from Peter. Just putting it out there, I haven't heard from him. I've tried to make contact. I haven't heard from him. And when I hear from him, if I hear from him, there'll be an interview. If I don't hear from him, then there won't be an interview. It's as simple as that. That's as much as I can say about that. Moving on, you understand that as well. I'm sure 78. Sometimes you get interviews and sometimes you don't.
Oh, absolutely. All the time. I text 5 people yesterday. Got one call back, and that's how it is,
Yeah, that's how it goes. Somebody just made a comment. Nice interview with Carson Jones. Quite a few people are commenting on that Carson Jones interview. Yeah, it was good. Carson Jones was sparring with David Lemieux.
Oh, really?
Before.
Oh, yeah, I did hear about that. I heard about that. He was
sparring with Lemieux to prepare him for the fight against Stevens. So Carson Jones, an interesting conversation here. Where do you think he sits in the welterweight division?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
Um, in the I can't like in where does he sit in the welterweight division as of right now? To me, he doesn't sit anywhere. Like I like Carson Jones. I mean, he's always a stand-up dude and everything like that. But you know, I just can't. I can't see where he would belong anywhere in the top 20. I don't, or top 15 at least. You know, I don't see how I can see him anywhere. You know, in that top 15. You know.
Let me ask you a question. If he were to fight Amir Khan, who wins and why?
He beats Amir Khan. The reason I think he beats Amir Khan is because Khan. Okay, you ever watch the old kung fu movies?
Yeah.
All right, you remember the old kung fu movies, right? You remember in some kung fu movies you would have like the Lotus Clan, and they would have like they'd be these masters, but they always had a flaw somewhere. Sometimes it would be a pressure point in their hand. That's the only way to, So yeah, sometimes it'd be some small part under their arm or something. Khan is like that master, except for his weakness is his chin. So in a fight, somebody's gonna hit your chin. So he looks great on offense, right? Look like, oh, this guy's great, Listen, a guy like Carson Jones, who's, you know, in my opinion.
You said something and you cut out there.
Oh, I said a guy like Carson Jones. Yeah, that's just very rugged. He's gonna knock out Amir Khan.
Okay, Carson Jones versus Lamont Peterson.
Lamont Peterson. I think Lamont Peterson outboxes him, outworks him.
Carson Jones versus Collazo.
I would go with Luis Collazo. I think Collazo is tricky. He's decent puncher, veteran, been around for a while. I think he's just Collazo's a step above Carson Jones.
Okay, fair enough. But I'd like to see him in the mix against Carson Jones. I really would. I think he's really dedicated himself to his sport more now than he's done before. And he got a nice little win the other day in the UK against Ben Hall. I think they were scheduled to fight Eggington. Probably a good idea they didn't fight Eggington, didn't fight him, because if you're getting rocked by Paulie Malignaggi by a jab, then you just wonder what Carson Jones would have done to Eggington.
Right.
So, yeah. Okay, let's talk this big fight that's coming up. Klitschko Joshua.
Let's go, Joshua. That's a good one, man. April 29th. Man, I'm rooting for Joshua. I want to see a changing of the guard. Even though Fury already beat Klitschko, Fury had his situation, so we haven't been able to enjoy the new king. So now these guys now are fighting for a new king. I don't want to see Klitschko take the heavyweight division back to what it was a couple years ago. All right. For 10 years, nobody really cared about the heavyweight division except for hardcore boxing fans. Everybody just thought it was boring. The heavyweight champion looked like a doctor on steroids. And it was just a mess. Now you have all these young guys, energetic, trash talking. The heavyweight division just seems more exciting right now. Klitschko gets that belt, and we're back to the garbage. You know what I'm saying? I just don't want to. I just hope he doesn't win, man. Because if he beats Joshua, I don't think it ruins Joshua because Joshua's young, and it's the heavyweight division. I can only think of one undefeated heavyweight. You know what I mean? That was Marciano. Off the top of my head, I can't think of nobody else that was good and undefeated. But heavyweights lose, eventually. So I don't think a loss to Klitschko would hurt Joshua. But I really want Joshua to win this fight, and I'm hoping that Klitschko is he's worn down, he's old, and I hope that Joshua takes him serious and roughs him up, really rough this dude up and don't allow him to lean on you and push down on your head and all that crap. But if Klitschko does win, I think I definitely think it's gonna go as a notch under his belt. And I think Klitschko is an all-time great. Even if he's boring, he's still an all-time great from I think his accomplishments and for being dominant for that long. He's an all-time great. So if he could beat Joshua, then it makes for some interesting conversations about the greatest heavyweights of all time.
Interesting. I had a conversation with someone, and I wanted to know about the negotiations. I wanted to know if Klitschko's back to his old tricks. See, with the Fury fight, you saw
Right.
Fury exposed Klitschko for what he is, and what he's been getting away with. Well, it seems that all the negotiations been done already in terms of gloves, ring size, and all the rest of it. Obviously, he's got things the way he wants them.
Mm.
So are we going to revert to the Klitschko of old? And I see Joshua's getting regular drug testing, and people have pointed out that Joshua doesn't look as big as he normally does.
Uh-oh. Well, Klitschko, he got to take the same stuff Klitschko's taking. If he's taking something, I mean, Klitschko is a doctor. He knows how to weasel that stuff out of his system. For the people who think, oh, your Klitschko's not on something, listen here. I'm very educated on anabolic and androgenic steroids, and I've seen a lot of older men with physiques. Okay, older men, the age Klitschko, Klitschko about 40 something.
40 or 41, something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not that old then, but he's still old enough to where he should be losing some muscle mass. All right, just naturally.
Yeah.
Losing much muscle mass. And Klitschko maintains muscle mass. All right, it's very strange to me. You know what I mean? The guy maintains his muscle mass, and I know his brother used to take him. I think his brother got caught before or admitted to taking him, but it doesn't surprise me. But Joshua, I've heard rumors. I heard a lot of people speculate that Joshua might be on something, but I don't know. I gotta see it to believe it because, not to sound biased or nothing, but I've seen guys. I knew a dude named David. All right, 18 years old, and unfortunately, I was incarcerated with him. 18 years old, 6'6" guy. He was mentally slow. He shouldn't even been in jail. He should have been somewhere getting some help because he didn't understand a lot of things. He was mentally slow. But 6'6", 260 pounds, about maybe 10% body fat. Huge muscular guy. Didn't do push-ups. Didn't lift weights. Genetic freak. I never seen nothing like it. Okay. Look like the Hulk or something. All right. So,
Bang.
Yeah. So I've seen Anthony Joshua. I've seen guys who look like Anthony Joshua who didn't work out. So for Joshua to be an athlete looking the way he does, then I gotta give him the benefit of the doubt. He's young. If he was 40, like Shannon Briggs, like I love Shannon Briggs, but Shannon Briggs is the juice head. He's juice. Yeah, he's too old.
It's the juice head.
Shannon's too old to have that. He got that kind of muscle mass on him. He's too old for that.
You made me laugh. 78. Oh dear me. So I'm going with Klitschko by knockout. Honestly. Klitschko by knockout.
Man, that's gonna be brutal. Oh, that's gonna be brutal. If Klitschko wins that by knockout, man, oh man.
Can you imagine if that did happen?
Oh man. I think if that happened, that's gonna shake up the boxing world. For one, it's gonna elevate Klitschko, his all-time great status for coming back and winning, and it's going to I think have all the other heavyweights like scratching their head, and they're all gonna, other guys are gonna want Klitschko, but I want to know what Klitschko is gonna do. See, that's the main reason I want Joshua to win, because I think it'll be easy. Joshua's gonna fight. He's gonna give us the fights we want to see. Eventually, we're gonna see the Wilders, the Luis Ortizes, and whoever. But Klitschko is already planning. I just read some article where Klitschko was talking about like retirement and all this stuff and a farewell fight after this, and Like, so you just want to beat Joshua and then go. That's why I didn't like David Haye. Just I don't got time for this. If you're not, no. So I want Joshua to win. I don't think Klitschko is going to stay around for too much longer. You know, but I do. If he wins, he wins. It is what it is.
I'd like to see Klitschko win if he was to win this fight. If he was to win, I don't think. I think people are overlooking Klitschko, and I think they just look at the Joshua, the Fury fight. Well, if Fury beats him, then everyone can beat him. And that's garbage because Fury learned his trade the hard way. He didn't just get thrown in there. He wasn't spoon-fed opponents. He fought his way. I remember him having knockdown wars with the likes of Pychek and his fight with Chisora and the Cunningham fight. He came through tough moments in fights before he fought for the world title.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned at the moment, apart from the Dillian White fight, and Dillian White was injured in that fight. Apart from that, and then you look at the Dominic Brazil fight, and Dominic Brazil gave him a little bit of movement, and he was missing with big shots against Brazil and leaving himself wide open. And I think someone like Klitschko's got better footwork and a great jab. If he allows Klitschko to dominate with the left jab, I think there's going to be problems. He's got to jump on Klitschko from round one and not allow Klitschko to get any rhythm. If he allows Klitschko to get in the jab going and using the feet and then using the left hook, which the left hook's going to be the key in this fight, not the right hand, the left hook. You heard it here.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Klitschko got a nasty left hook.
If that left hook lands,
yeah, it's night-night. You ain't lying about that, because now that I think about it, see, now you got me questioning myself, because Joshua, I keep hearing these stories about him getting knocked out in sparring by a few people. I heard him he got knocked out by a few people in sparring, man. He got hurt and all this stuff. I don't know, man, because, yeah, if Klitschko is on top of his game, he definitely can knock out Joshua. Yeah, he had a quick left hook that it looked like a jab coming and bam,
Yeah, exactly. That's it. And it's not good. It's not good at all. But let's hope Joshua, is defensively responsible. I'm not worried about his attack. It's his defense I'm concerned about. And if he's, as one person has said already on our channel, if he's hiding glass and you keep getting knocked out in sparring, that's not good. You should be getting knocked out in sparring all the time.
Right.
So and it's not like in the amateurs it was happening. It was getting knocked out in the amateurs as well. But if he wins, it's a great win, I think.
Yeah,
I think he gets a good Klitschko. I really do. And people say the rest. Klitschko's fighting back to back and many times. Now he's had a year's rest. So a year's rest may rejuvenate him, make him more hungry.
And juice up too.
You may get one great fight out of Klitschko. And the dimensions are different. Fury, taller, longer than Klitschko. The dimension between Joshua and Klitschko are more similar.
Right.
So a few things to think about. But hey, if Joshua can go out there and slam a right hand on Klitschko early, then if he can do that and be brave, then fine. But Joshua's not gone 12 rounds. So how does he pace the fight? Does he pace the fight? Does he go for broke and take Klitschko out in the first 6? Or does he hang back and box?
I would go for it. I think he has to go for it because if he tries to be...
Yeah,
go ahead, brother.
If he pushes the action, he's liable to get clipped with something. Right? And if he backs up and he boxes, he's not a better boxer than Klitschko.
Right. So he has to go with the better option, which is to take that risk, because if he presses the action, and Klitschko, we've seen Klitschko knocked out before. He presses that action, and if Klitschko gets in that ring and says, "Damn, what the hell I got into? This young guy's coming at me like a bull," and that could mess with him mentally a little bit, and he could get catch Klitschko. But if he tries to be patient, pace himself, then it's over already, because Klitschko's already figured you out, and he's going to, like you said, He'll start jabbing, and when you think you're waiting on the jab, here come a left hook, and it's night time.
All the fights so far in Joshua's career have suited him. He's had all the things his way. Now, when he gets in the ring, he hasn't got the referee that's on his side. He doesn't have the judges on his side. Hey, listen, they've made their money already on this fight, 100 times over. You think about it, 90,000 stadium. You know, they've made their money and their investment in Joshua. So win, lose or draw, the match room have won. You understand?
Right.
They make their money back on this fight in Joshua. So if he wins or he doesn't win, it doesn't matter. Surely, if he wins, it's great. He says in his mind he'll be a legend overnight, but I'm not sure about that, Pip.
Well, I don't know, man. It's a tough fight. Like I said, I can't give you a honest opinion on who I think is going to win. I can only tell you who I'm rooting for, and that's Joshua. Because Joshua is still unproven. To me at least he is. He's unproven. So I don't know. I haven't seen him in dangerous situations yet where he's, keep hearing about this sparring. I want to see him in trouble in the ring so I can see him, how he reacts to it. If he can recover, does he cower away? What happens,
The Dillian White fight. The Dillian White's the first example of that.
Well, yeah, but he didn't. I thought he did. He did good against Dillian White, though. He did good against Dillian. That was a good look for him, but Klitschko, a totally different type of animal. I think it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be a rough night for him, but I think he can pull it out. I think Joshua can pull it out.
DJ Slicks asked 78 about the removal of the 154 division. I put it to Carson Jones that I think the 154 division should go, and welterweight should remain welterweights, and middleweight should remain middleweights. Because light middleweights fight as far up as super middleweight and light heavy, i.e. Canelo. So I said, forget the light middleweight division. So you get the middleweight division will be far more competitive.
Oh yeah, I said the same thing to Blood Boxing. I left a comment to him and the other day telling him that I believe that they should get rid of all the little in between the like 140. 140-pound division, 154. Get rid of all that stuff, man. I think that because I think it'd be easier for people to follow boxing. There's way too many champions, way too many guys using weight manipulation tactics, and we don't know how good these guys really are. When like especially in those little small weight classes, like I keep telling people about Roman Gonzalez, those little guys like that. Look how easy it is. If you are a guy who's a young guy and you can fight, all right, first you got to have some skills, but you're a young guy, you can fight, okay? And let's say you walk around your natural walk around weight, all right, when you're eating donuts and cereal all day and all that stuff, your natural walk around weight is like 120 pounds, all right? Mm-hmm. You can cut down to 105. You just drain the water out of your system. You cut down to 105, you beat somebody up, it's 8 people in the division, you win a title, and then you go to 112 or some crap, 110 or whatever they got. And then you win another belt, right? Whole time you haven't fought at your natural weight, So then you win another belt and another belt. And then next you're a 4-division champion before you actually fight somebody your size, and then you fight at 122 and you lose, But you're a Hall of Famer because you went through you're a Hall of Famer now. You went through 4 divisions, 4-time world champion. It's nonsense. It's very easy to manipulate those weights, man, when they're only separated by a few pounds, like 2 or 3 pounds.
Adrian Broner.
Oh yeah. Adrian Broner, yeah, a master of that too.
What is the hope for Adrian Broner now? He sounds like a really. He seems like somebody's knocked some sense into him.
Well, I don't believe Broner he's another con man, Broner pretends like he's gotten it. He's like one of the kids, those bad kids that try to, you're going to they know they're going to get disciplined. So they try to tell you, oh, I understand. And that's why I won't do that again because I don't no, you don't get it. I'm going to whoop your ass because you don't get it. And that's what is up with Broner. He pretends he's telling people what we want to hear, and yeah, it's just all about growing up and being mature. And then today, his baby mother posted something, some video of him sleeping in her bed. He's supposed to be with his wife, but he's over his baby mom house, doing all this stuff. It's like, Broner, like, dude, just sit down somewhere, man. Sit down. It's Broner is. I mean, he's just Broner, man. He's gonna be nobody's gonna remember his name, man. All this stuff he's doing right now, all the hype is all for nothing because 20 years, nobody's gonna be talking about Adrian Broner.
Gervonta Davis, star has been born, so they say. I haven't seen it yet, but a star has been born. I think he's got some ability, but as soon as somebody's associated with Floyd Mayweather, they automatically are a star because of what Floyd's achieved.
Right.
He's got a fight against Liam Smith. He's one of my favourite fighters in the UK. I think he's got so much talent, Liam Smith. Liam Walsh. Have you seen Liam Walsh fight before?
I think I've seen one of his fights before. He looked pretty good. Gervonta Davis, like I said, I told people I thought Gervonta Davis was being rushed by Floyd Mayweather because Floyd Mayweather, I don't want to make this about Floyd, but I just don't think Floyd is that good at choosing talent, okay, and in developing that talent, okay.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan was the best basketball player I've ever seen, but as a executive, I mean, he don't look like he's too good. He can't recruit guys. He can't spot talent. But I think Gervonta Davis has very good ability, but I think he's being rushed because I think Floyd is looking at his career like, oh, well, I fought Jarrell Hernandez and, I'm this and I'm that, but this is a different era. It's a different era, different type of guys. These kids got a lot of distractions out here nowadays. I think you just let Gervonta Davis develop into a good fighter. His confidence develops and stuff like that, because I mean, look at Gary Russell Jr. Like, I mean, what is he doing right now? Gary Russell Jr. is supposed to be so good. He was, he's going to be better than this guy. He's going to be better than that guy. Gary Russell Jr., and, nah, I always knew Gary Russell Jr. was an accident waiting. I thought he was a good fighter, but I knew he was going to lose eventually pretty soon because certain things I would see, in his fighting ability, his fighting style, his defense wasn't that good to me. But, Lomachenko got him. Gervonta Davis, and this is another thing that tells me that Gervonta Davis is not ready. Floyd or somebody, was it Floyd? Somebody from TMT said, a couple months ago that they're going to keep Gervonta Davis away from Lomachenko. Or we're not looking at Lomachenko right now or something. Like, why? You're a champion. Well, why don't you want anything to do with Lomachenko? So you don't believe in that his abilities just yet, like the way you're saying. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's still a question mark for me, but I think he should be able to beat the what's this kid's name? Liam
Walsh.
Yeah.
I like Liam Walsh. I've backed him for many years. I think he is a talent that has potential to be world class. He's done it the hard way, British, Commonwealth, European. I think he's European, and he's got an outside chance against Gervonta Davis. Definitely. Can box orthodox southpaw, punches in both hands, awkward style. But can he put it together for one night? He's just been too inactive in his career. It'd be a good fight. Okay, let me think. There's some things I'm missing out. Floyd Mayweather selling his rare car. People say he's broke and he's got scammed. You know anything about this story?
I saw someone talking about it, but I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't do any research on it. But Floyd, it is what it is with this dude, man. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I don't know if he just sold it because he don't want it anymore, or if he needs some money. I don't know, But Floyd Mayweather's spending habits have always been a concern from the people around him because, he spends money in ways that, wealthy people don't spend money like that. broke people who trying to impress people spend money that way. Wealthy people don't spend $2 million on a birthday party and $4 million for a car and all this. You never hear about anybody doing this except for Floyd Mayweather. But like all this money, $2 million for a birthday party could have been another business venture or something. You opened up or something, or something like that, some other investment. But he spends money with that type of. Floyd said one time, I think with Robin Leach, he said that he spends $11 million a month. Does anybody remember that? He said he spends $11 million a month, and I said, this guy spends $11 million a month on what? What can you possibly spend $11 million? It's like Brewster's Millions, all right? Like $11 million a month. What are you getting for $11 million a month? And with that mentality, you're gonna end up having nothing left for your children or your grandkids. You're gonna be broke because you're addicted to spending money, gambling, and stuff like that. But there's no way you can justify $11 million a month, even if you could. All the money Floyd's made, he's giving it back. He's giving it back to the system. He's saving nothing, for his kids. I don't know. It's his business, his money. He earned it. He can do what he want to. I just don't want to hear no sob story on ESPN 30 for 30. In 5 years about how I lost it all because I got scammed. I don't want to hear that.
It's a bit brutal, but it's true, isn't it not? See the crowd obviously like that. Floyd gambles, but 11 million a month. No way. Well, that sounds like Floyd, all right. I want to talk about the next subject, which is connected to Floyd. You know where I'm going with this. You know what's coming, don't you?
No.
McGregor.
Oh, Conor, yeah. Well,
what if Conor lands on Floyd? That's the question people are asking.
Then Conor just landed on Floyd, and then he landed on Floyd, and then he extended his inevitable ass whooping. That's all. Yeah, that's nothing. Like, I think people are going to turn the McGregor Mayweather fight into just how good could McGregor do? Like, can McGregor hit him? If McGregor lands a punch, then it's like, oh, he got him. It's just it's just ridiculous, man. I remember I know what it's gonna be like. Floyd has all of this pressure on him, and McGregor is like the little girl, and I don't even want to give that example. I was gonna give an example. I watched my uncle 1995 state karate tournament. Right, my uncle, he's winning, and he gets to the finals. He has to fight this girl. She's very good, right? Very good girl. Real tall. She's like an expert in taekwondo, right? Real good leg kicks, right? So she's beating all these guys. So now my uncle has to fight her. My uncle's uncomfortable fighting her because he's like, it's a girl, and people are gonna be biased for her and all that stuff. Anyway, it's a 3-point match, right? So she's fighting. My uncle hits her in the chest, and they don't call a point, but they, she lands something on him, and they like the whole crowd, everybody's screaming, yeah, come on, Sue, yeah. So now my uncle pissed off because he's like, okay, well, they're cheating me, I'm trying to be nice, it's a girl. So, he did what he had to do, then he came out there, he hit her dead in her face, knocked her out, and everybody got mad. Yeah, he hit her, he knocked her out, and everybody said, oh, come on, man, this is a girl. He said, wait, what are you talking about? 5 seconds ago, you're screaming, yelling that she was beating me. So I fought her like she was a man, and, I won. It's over. That's what happened. That's what happened. So I think that's what's going to happen with McGregor and Floyd Mayweather. I think that what's happening is Floyd Mayweather is going to be very scrutinized for this fight if he does not dominate Conor McGregor. You know what I'm saying? He has to dominate him. It can't be a close fight. Definitely can't be a close fight. It can't be it goes the distance. No, why? Why would he go the distance against a guy who has never boxed before? If Floyd takes this guy the distance, man, it's gonna this is gonna be basically a win for McGregor. That's what's gonna McGregor gonna brag about that. I beat Mayweather. I beat him. He's running around like a little pussy. He's scared of me. That's what they're gonna do, man. So Floyd, he wants money, and he's trying to take this fight because it's a big payday, easy money. But he better go in here and dominate McGregor. He better go in here and really whoop this guy ass. Otherwise, people going, he's gonna. I don't even want to say it, man. I don't even want to say it.
Wait, suppose Floyd lost.
If he lost,
Shit.
If he lost, it would just be the funniest thing I've ever seen. If he lost to Conor McGregor, then it would be the funniest shit I've ever seen. And the first thing I would be thinking is, man, you could have fucking fought Keith Thurman. Like, you could have lost to Triple G or somebody where at least boxing fans would be able to have that, like, hey, well, this guy beat Mayweather. You lose to Conor McGregor, okay? He loses to Conor. I'm not gonna believe it. Floyd loses to Conor McGregor. I'm not gonna believe it. I'm gonna think.
How about this? Floyd bets on himself to lose.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would say he took a dive. If he loses, that's robbing the bank right there, because he's gonna be a super favorite. He goes up in there and he has somebody else bet on bet money that whatever on him or on Conor McGregor to win by first round knockout or some crap, and Floyd goes in there and gives up his chin and lays down, then it's just the biggest scam. I don't even want to talk about it, man. I can't even imagine.
Hold on. Floyd puts down 100 million on him to lose.
If listen, a casino would take that. They'll take it. They would honor that bet. 100 million for Floyd to lose.
And he put that 100 is 100 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's 1,000 to 1 that McGregor wins the fight.
Yeah.
Think about the money there.
Oh yeah, he will own Las Vegas. Everybody will owe him money. He will own Las Vegas, and he would laugh all the way to the bank, and everybody, all the Mayweather fans, would be pissed off. They'd be pissed off at him, and but it is what it is. I could see Floyd doing some shit like that too. I could see him doing some sneaky shit like that. I heard stories that Ali even I heard a story that Ali took a dive against Spinks the first time.
Really?
I heard that. Oh yeah, I heard a story about that. I heard from a fighter as well. This is a fighter from the 80s. He told me that he said, yeah, man. He said the talk in the gym at that time was that Ali was gonna lose to Spinks, and he was gonna get a lot of money under the table, a lot of money to lose to Spinks, and then come back and beat Spinks. You know what I mean? And I wasn't around in those days, but that's what the guy who was around in those days told me. But I believe it because even before then, fighters used to take dives. Henry Armstrong admitted that he took dives before. Like many fighters did it. So Floyd taking a dive is not gonna surprise me if he goes up in here and lays down for Conor McGregor and turns him into a superstar.
Let's get a little deeper on this, because it's not a subject that's talked about so much. As a black man, Floyd be able to get away with all the stuff he gets away with. Do you think that he is controlled somewhat?
Absolutely. I was holding back my conversation. I didn't want to say certain stuff on your channel. But
it's what it is.
Yeah, man, Floyd, man, I don't trust Floyd Mayweather, man. Floyd Mayweather is a bootlicking, buck dancing coon. That's what he is. I don't trust him. Yeah, he is. I don't trust that guy, man. I don't. He says some weird stuff publicly. He's always like, no, And people always want you to believe, oh, Floyd, he's always getting attacked, and the racism against Floyd. Listen, Floyd Mayweather is loved by some very wealthy, rich white people. Love Floyd Mayweather. He's always hanging around them. This guy has never been robbed before in the ring. Never. Now, how many good fighters have we seen piss the wrong people off and get robbed, right? Throughout boxing history. A lot of them, right? You know, and this guy here, this you would think this is the main character, the main target to get robbed. Never get robbed. People feel like Pacquiao got robbed against fucking Bradley, but not Floyd. No way. No, come on, Floyd. Listen, man. Floyd is this black bootleg, man.
Now listen to this. I thought if there was any fight that Floyd was going to get done in, was the Pacquiao fight on points. That was the fight I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was shocked it never happened.
Yeah, Pacquiao fight. I would have thought they would get him, you know, on Pacquiao fight, but I thought Floyd would beat Pacquiao easy though. But you know, I never believed Pacquiao had the ability, the technique to beat Floyd. But yeah, if they were gonna rob him, then that would have been a perfect fight to rob him, you know, and force a rematch. You know, that's how they do. They force you into a rematch. But come on, man, this guy, man.
Something ain't right. You see, it's around the time where he got slung in prison. Around that time, got too many question marks. What are your thoughts?
Say again, bro.
Around the time he got slung in prison.
But yeah, the time he got thrown in prison. What happened?
He got thrown in prison, then he came out of prison. Around that time, he got slung in prison in the first place. Do you feel that was from the authorities telling him basically, you'll do as we say or else?
Something like that. When he went to jail, he went to jail, and I think he came out a different guy. You know, all the cocky stuff he was doing before and the braggadocious stuff. He gets out. He does little 90 days in jail. Didn't even do 90. He was crying the whole time about like just really baby stuff, man. Crying about this little whatever, how many days he did in jail, and then he comes out talking about he's a different person and all this stuff, and I saw it with the Guerrero fight. He was like different in the press conferences and everything like that, and then all of a sudden you start seeing what's the guy name Warren Buffett hanging around all the time, in his ear, a lot of wealthy people in his ear talking to him, so, at first I thought it was just, business investments and stuff like that. But I don't know, man. I think, and what really made me know that something wrong with Floyd Mayweather is that interview he did with, was it Fight Hype, or it was with Fight Hype or Fight Hub, one of them. I can't remember, but somebody asked Floyd Mayweather, what did he think about a fight? All right. And out of nowhere, he says, well, I'm here to say that all lives matter. A lot of people are trying to, are followers. A lot of people are just followers right now. Because, it was a big controversy, stuff going on in America with a lot of black people getting killed, black men getting killed and assaulted by police. So it was a big movement going on with this Black Lives Matter. And Floyd just out of nowhere just volunteered information on this, and nobody asked him about it. They just was like, hey, like, what do you think of this fight? And he's like, oh, well, all lives matter and blue lives matter and all this stuff. I'm like, you know what? Okay, somebody's gotten in Floyd Mayweather's ear, and he's definitely he's not the same individual. His fans, his hardcore fans, they don't want to accept that, but they'll see. They'll see. I know what time it is with a guy like this. Floyd doesn't, he thinks that he's been, OJ thought the same thing. You get in that in club and, you think you're somebody else,
they'll soon tell you where you're at.
Oh yeah, they'll let you know, they'll make a special about you. Yeah. They're gonna get him.
78 telling it as it is.
Yes, sir.
Let's even go deeper on Mr. Mayweather. It's not even Mayweather. It's just a culture thing here. It's a culture thing. And you have to give us a second because, you know, I normally do the straight up boxing show and stuff, but this is an opportunity I get to talk about different topics and different things. And I want to talk a little bit about Floyd in terms of the statement he made. He went up when he talked about helping people in Africa. He went, you know, what the hell do I have to do in Africa? What's Africa done for me? When I was struggling through my career, Africa did nothing for me. So now at the top of my career, what the hell am I going to go and try and help people in Africa for? What do you think of those statements?
Yeah, I heard those statements, and you know, when he first said it, you know what I found interesting about that is I remember reading the article when he said it. I read it on my phone, and went to YouTube. And already, it's like people already were defending what Floyd said. Before anyone attacked Floyd, before anybody criticized him, it was already people defending him. And I said, okay, here we go. You know, people going to try to defend this stuff, man. This is ridiculous. You know, you can't defend this. But it just tells you that he's a selfish type of person. Floyd's a very selfish person unless it involves giving money to a whore. Then he doesn't care about people. You know what I mean? You know, Floyd wants. He doesn't. I don't think Floyd Mayweather has a connection with black people in that sense. He doesn't have a connection in that mentality to want to help people and help his people and do something for them and see a change or better. He doesn't have that type of mentality. I think Floyd uses race and racism to his advantage when it suits his need. When he needs the support of black people, he'll say stuff like, "Oh, well, you just saying that because you white, or you don't want to respect me, you want to give me my props because you." And then he want black people to support him, you know. But he don't have no respect for those black people who support him. Floyd is not a socially conscious individual, you know. He's just not. You know, and like you know, he is who he is. You know, he's Floyd Mayweather. He's a guy who's very talented, and gets paid handsomely for his talents. But other than that, he's an idiot.
But I heard Floyd's done a lot of stuff in his communities. He's gives a lot of money away, food and stuff away in presents at Christmas times and.
Oh yeah. That's listen, man. I'm not fooled by that stuff. But you know, I'm not gonna say nothing. This is good. You know. Good job, Floyd. Good job, Floyd. Yeah, that stuff always looks good. But listen, it doesn't mean nothing. I know drug dealers right now who do that. They just did it last November. Drug dealers give out turkey. You know what I'm saying? The only difference is the drug dealers they can't get no tax write off for that stuff. Floyd do though.
Oh dear. Miss Jackson. And 50 Cent and him. Did you know anything about what happened with all that?
Well, what I heard, only what I heard happened is when Floyd Mayweather went to jail. 50 Cent and Floyd were supposed to be working on the TMT promotions or whatever, the Money Team promotions. And Floyd had agreed that he would invest with 50 Cent. He would invest like $2 million or something with 50 to get started with this promotion. And so 50 was getting all the stuff in order, you know, and for it, signing the fighters and telling all the fighters, hey, you know, yeah, me and Floyd about to start a company. So a lot of people got excited about it, you know. And you know, while Floyd was locked up, allegedly Miss Jackson was trying to sleep with 50. She was being inappropriate. You know, it's just too much attention seeking around 50 Cent. You know, just doing, you know how certain girls do. It's just too inappropriate when you got a man. You shouldn't be doing certain stuff around me. Stop bending over in my face type of stuff. And so I guess 50 Cent told Floyd about it while he was locked up. Say, hey, man, you know, your girl, you know, you can't really trust her. She all in my face. And Floyd got mad. Like the lame he is, he got mad at 50 Cent. And he used the boxing. He punished 50 with the boxing promotion, and he didn't want to do business with 50 in the boxing situation the TMT Promotions, because he thought 50 Cent, you know, he didn't want to listen to what 50 was telling him about Miss Jackson, basically. And it's ironic that him and 50 ended up beefing, and then Miss Jackson ends up running off with another rapper anyway, you know, Nelly. So,
Yeah.
you know, Floyd should have listened.
Don't hear much more about Miss Jackson anymore. What happened to her?
She just lost. She's suing. She was suing Floyd Mayweather for like defamation of character and something else, and she just lost. The judge threw it out.
Okay.
You know.
So that's the end of her in that sense. There was a story that 50 Cent and her got it on. Was that true, or was that rumor?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't believe it though. I don't believe it was true. I think because 50 to me, 50 doesn't seem like he would have did it. I think 50 would have been this. 50 is a certain type of dude. Now 50 will rob you, but I don't believe 50 Cent is the type. If you're his friend, like, and when I hear him talk about Floyd and Miss Jackson situation, I thought it was being very genuine. He sounded like a concerned friend. Like, hey man, you can't trust this hoe. You can't trust her. You know, she does this, she does that. You can't buy a girl like this. Floyd thinks he can buy women. You know, he thinks if he buys them a bunch of gifts, he gives them a bunch of presents and money, and hey, I'm gonna get you your own business. He thinks that that's gonna buy the woman's loyalty to him, and it just doesn't work that way. You know, the woman, if she is already a whore, then and you're giving her all these things, she's gonna take those things and she's gonna take them back to the man she loves. Okay. And then those two are going to sit back and have a good time spending your money and pining off your gifts, you know. And Floyd doesn't understand that because, you know, he didn't get girls until he got money, you know. And when you're in a situation where you don't have girls or beautiful girls until you get money, then a lot of times that that messes up your mind state to where you think, okay, I got this money now, I got $2 million in the bank. I'm gonna go fuck her, and I'm gonna fuck her, and I'm gonna fuck her, you know, and you think you have to pay for it. You think you have to pay for it, you know? And so that's what kind of guy Floyd is. So I don't think 50 Cent slept with Miss Jackson. I think Floyd thought he did. Floyd thought he did because 50 brought that information to him about Miss Jackson coming on to him. And, you know, Floyd probably went to Miss Jackson and said, hey, you know, my boys 50 said you try to get at him. He didn't know what she's gonna do to defend herself. No, he tried to talk to me. You know, I know all about that. You know, that's why I stopped telling guys. I stopped telling guys about their women. You know, I don't care what I know. I'm not telling them nothing. Not my business. Because every time in the past I've ever tried to tell a guy, hey man, look, you know, I just want to tell you what, you know, I seen your girl do this. I heard her talking bad. I see her. You know, every time. They end up mad at me, you know, every time because they'll go back to the woman. Oh, 78 said this, and then of course she gonna throw some story, and then he gonna, you know, hey, listen, I don't stand a chance because she's sucking his dick. I mean, what can I do? You know.
Well, you could as well, but
no, absolutely not. Oh, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. Categorically no.
Right. See, you know, so I don't stand a chance with that situation because she has a piece of his heart in that aspect of it. So, you know, that's a situation where the guy is going to realize later on, a year or two from later, that, hey, man, you're right, man. I'm sorry about that, man. You know, hey, it's all good, man. Whatever. That's what always happens.
So what do you think it was the breakup between him and Brona?
Well, I think they're back cool now, but from what I was told, Floyd never liked Adrian Broner. He thought, see, Broner will always just try to imitate Floyd and try to be like Floyd, imitate, you know, but Floyd wasn't flattered by that. He was like, he's not like, oh man, that's cute, you know. And he's like, no, man, this fucking dude trying to copy me, you know. So apparently, this is all allegedly, but apparently Floyd Mayweather was offered a piece of Adrian Broner's purses, a little small piece of Adrian Broner's purses, if he helped to promote Broner, if he hung out with them and stuff like that, and you know, kicked it with him, you know, took pictures, and you know, basically got paid to be his mentor. And uh, people tell me that Floyd never liked him. Floyd used to try to embarrass him every chance he got. They would be around people. They'd be around a bunch of girls or something, and Floyd would immediately start challenging Adrian Broner to, who got more money in their pocket type of games, and oh, how much you pay for those shoes? My shoes cost more than yours. Yeah, little childish stuff like that. Floyd would humiliate Broner in front of people, and people who were at some of these parties told me that they felt so bad for Broner one time that it was like, man, he thought that Broner was gonna fight Floyd, because Floyd like humiliated him in front of people, room full of girls, and Floyd was just talking real bad about him, laughing at him, and how many kids you got, man, you ain't got this, you don't got that, and just putting the man business out there and stuff. But if I say this stuff on YouTube, then the Mayweather fans, the hardcore ones, they oh man, you hating on the brother, you hating on the man. And it's like, dude, it's like, dude, you don't even know nobody who actually knows him. I know people who actually know him, who hung out with him. You know what I mean? It's a difference. You know what I mean? So my opinion of the man is going to be shaped differently from your opinion of him, which is mostly by you watching him be successful on in his fights, and you're living through that. But I don't have to do that. I'm successful myself, and I know people who know Floyd. You know what I'm saying? And and I know that he's not. Floyd is just not a stand-up dude. He's not. He's disrespectful to people, especially people's women. Especially, he's very competitive with women. You know what I mean? I know a lot of brothers who told me, like, Floyd's very disrespectful. He always trying to buy somebody else's girlfriend a gift, someone's wife a gift. Always. That's the one thing I hear the most about Floyd from people who know him. Is, oh man, yeah, he bought my wife a watch, and I didn't like it, but I was gonna say something, but it's a $50,000 watch, so I just pawned it. Well, I feel you. That's the type of stuff Floyd does, because he wants to try to embarrass the man. He wants the woman to think like, Floyd, why am I with this guy when I could be with Floyd? He just got this weird insecurity where he thinks his money can save everything, But whatever. I don't want to talk too much about his stuff.
Well, it obviously didn't keep Miss Jackson, did it?
No, absolutely. It doesn't keep any of the whores. It doesn't keep them, because a whore has a job to do. She's going to milk you for the money, and when that's over, she's gonna go somewhere else. She's gonna go with the guy she wants to be with. But she will deal with you just to get money, because you're a mark. You're a trick. But Floyd is under the illusion that he got enough money to buy them and buy their loyalty. But you can't buy a whore's loyalty. You can't. It never works.
So she's now with Nelly, and they seem to be getting on well, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nelly's behind all of that stuff with her suing Floyd and all that. Nelly's the mastermind behind that. Nelly's trying to get a piece of the action, piece of that money from Floyd.
Okay, and now if Nelly and Floyd had a few words. I think Nelly said that he couldn't read or write or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nelly don't like Floyd. Floyd don't like Nelly. So and that all their little beef stems back from Floyd trying to sleep with Nelly's girlfriend at the time, Ashanti. Because Floyd has like I said, he got a problem with dealing with other people's women, like constantly pursuing them. Oh, matter of fact, look with the T.I. stuff.
I mentioned that, yeah.
Right. Yeah, I forgot all about that. So that's a perfect example. T.I. asked the man, stay away from my wife. Can you do that for me? And Floyd just kept pursuing the man's wife, kept trying to, come hang out here and all that. That's what he does. He loves to, and it's a dangerous game, it's a dangerous game that he's playing, because I've seen people get killed for stuff like that.
That's not good, is it?
No.
Shame. On this subject, I will talk about it. I think I will, and I'm going to switch up slightly. I'm going to talk about America leadership,
Right.
particularly put the political stage with Donald Trump and everything to do with him at the moment, and the rise of more narrow-minded people.
Mm-hmm.
I heard this. I listen. There's a station I listen to, and it's called the Black Radio Network. I was fed up of listening to certain radio stations in the UK, and I wanted something that was going to fill my spirit, and I could learn something about people who looked like me and and basically could tell me something different,
Right.
and could understand the struggles that in the day-to-day life that you have. And the conversation was about black leadership, black messiahs, and black relying on one person or one man or one group to take us to the promised land, as opposed to us forgetting about black leadership and actually just being leaders to ourselves and our families, and as a community coming together and first of all doing it in our own doorstep and being a leader for ourselves, in our own houses and our own community, rather than looking to people like a Farrakhan or maybe a Marcus Garvey or this person. Not to say they're not great people,
Right.
but to stop relying on other people for our success, or relying for other people to lead us to the promised land, and rather lead ourselves to the promised land and lead our families to the promised land, which means we become more accountable for our actions.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
What are your thoughts on it?
Oh, I definitely agree, man. I think that I would prefer for black people to have a leader, and I have different views on that. I think we need a leader who is a dictator. I think we need a dictatorship, of course, of a conscious mind, but to force people into doing what they're supposed to do. However, if we're not going to get that, that's not going to happen. That's a fantasy. So therefore, we all have to, like you said, be leaders. We have to be leaders of ourselves, our families, and those are the things we have to start with, man. If people can actually, if people can actually take back control of their households, okay. Be a man in your household, raise your children, stop sleeping with women who you do not plan to marry. I know that sounds, oh, well, that's old fashioned. Oh, that's not, some guy told me this. Well, that's not realistic to stop having sex, irresponsible sex. Well, I said, well, yeah, yes, he told me this. He said, that's not realistic to tell people to stop having irresponsible sex.
Because he is.
Right, exactly. So I said, well, listen, we don't have time to play. You know what I'm saying? We don't have time to play no more. We're losing, we're dying, okay? Now, if you want to be serious about this, okay, you need to raise the children that you have. You need to be with the woman who is suited to raise your children, okay? You need to be a man, all right? We need to once we can take control of our families, we can start going outside and taking control of the community, okay? And just your block, Don't worry about, if you live in Detroit, don't worry about what's going on in Chicago. Worry about your block, all right? Clean that up, neighborhood by neighborhood, street by street. If you do that, and if everybody did that, we could clean this stuff up. But it's too many people who read 2 or 3 books and then they want to hop on the internet or go on the lecture circuit and charge people $20 to come see them speak about absolutely nothing, or something that somebody talked about 20 years ago already. Like, I don't have time for that. We got enough lecture circuit people. We don't need no more of that. What we need is somebody to be role models in the community, be mentors in the community. All right. And if you got something to offer the kids, then go do that. Definitely go do that. But I'm tired of all these teachers out here teaching everything, and they got all these broken families. Got 3 baby mamas. One of your sons is doing this, and like, listen, man, go focus on your family. I don't need to hear you repeat what Dr. Ben said 30 years ago and acting like it's yours. All right, just go and take care of your family. Do that. That's the most revolutionary thing you could do, is to be a black father.
Did you see what was going on with Umar Johnson recently in that shoot off he had with the other?
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. So what were your thoughts on it? I was in stitches from beginning to end.
Oh man, it was just some, this is just the type of stuff right here that it's just really embarrassing, man. It's embarrassing, really. It just really is, man. It's like, it doesn't matter what level you on, what level of knowledge, how much information you have. Nothing but a desperate housewife of Atlanta. So it's like, that's what it boils down to at the end of the day. Reality show, TV, the internet is so, everybody feels like they have to respond, and they have to put on these characters, for the internet and for the people in the comment section, in front. you know, and yeah, yeah, motherfucker, yeah, no, I'm gonna tell you this and that. Like, dude, stop it, man. Stop. Like, what are you gonna do? You're not gonna do nothing, man. Stop. Stop. If the police come in, kick in your door right now, and arrest you, you'll be begging and pleading and talking about, I know my rights. You're not gonna be saying, you're not gonna be saying, yeah, motherfucker, I know this. This is an act. A lot of this stuff is just acting, man. I see it. It's just acting, man, from these guys, man. They're not, they don't want to deal with practical solutions to these problems. They want to make it seem complicated because they want your money, So if I make it seem complicated and I can charge you to hear the complicated solution that it never actually doesn't even mean nothing. But if I tell you simple things like, hey, man, if you want to lose weight, man, all you got to do is reduce your calories and work out. People don't want to hear that. They want to hear, hey, I got this pill. Give me $100. I got this pill, and this pill, I'm telling you, man, you burn fat. Oh, I got this 10-minute workout. Or I got, they don't want to hear the truth that it's your responsibility to change, to do better. It's your responsibility to change your life. People hate whenever you take a mirror and point it at somebody, and they are forced to look at their reflection. They hate that. They hate that. They want someone else to blame. You know what I'm saying? They look outside of themselves for all of the answers. And when is God gonna to answer my prayers? I've been praying all this time. I still can't find a job. Well, how about this? How about you go fill out an application? How about that? How about you educate yourself?
Well, hold on. But even if you go there, I'm gonna pray about it. I'm gonna pray about whether I should pick up the application form.
Right.
I'm waiting on the Lord to see if I should pick up the application form.
Right. That's what they do. It's just that's how people are, man. They don't people don't want to do for self. Yeah, and they hate when if you tell them that, they will hate you for it.
But the church are to blame for it. A lot of our churches are to blame for this nonsense.
Oh yeah, because they hustlers and pimps. The churches are no bit. That's why I always laugh when people like criticize pimps and say, "Oh, they're just scumbags in the community." Like, listen, dude, I know pimps, I know pastors, and they're the same people. I promise you. Same people. I promise you. I'm not lying about this. I'm not being exaggerating. Pastors, pimps, I know. I was raised around them. They're the same people. When there's no congregation around, they're the same people, same conversations. You understand? Drink the same alcohol, smoke the same cigarettes, weed, mess with the same women, all of that. It's just that they have different gifts of gab. One of them calls a woman bitch, hoe, and the other one calls the woman sister. Okay, but they both think the same thing. They both got a hustle that they're selling you. They're both telling you, you need me, you need this book. Come back here every Sunday. Oh, I got it for you, baby. Yeah, sock it to my pocket, bitch. Yeah, give me that money. That's what all it is, And the women come there every Sunday faithfully. That's why you think the church is 90% women. In any city, any church you go to, 90% women. You know what I'm saying? Because it's designed for the pastor. Women want their pastor to look good. They want their pastor. They don't mind him having a jet, and a new car, the best clothes and shoes, and they can't pay their rent. They don't mind that because that's the same mentality that the pimp has with his hoes.
Yeah, but a lot of these women in these churches have more respect for the pastor than they do their own damn husband.
Absolutely, brother. I'm glad you said that. That's why I don't believe in none of that stuff. I don't want none of that stuff going on in my household because these pastors, even the guys that I know who was pastors, and they were scammers, they were con men. They didn't believe none of the stuff they said. They were just happened to be very gifted at memorizing Bible verses, right? And so, they would tell me all the time, like, yeah, man, I got more power. This dude told me, this cat named Percy, man. He said, man, I got more power over this woman than her own husband, man. I said, what you mean? He's like, man, this woman come to me about problems in her marriage. She come to me about all this stuff, man. It's just, man, you know how much power I got, man? I'm like, man, but if you saw him around his congregation, man, he's so smooth. And God said, and this and that, and the women just eat it up, boy. They just eat it up,
Yeah, but the thing is, these pastors, they have tremendous power. They're able to even dictate what goes on in the bedroom. Should I do this with my husband? Should I do that with my husband? Should I go in this position with my husband? And I'm like, that's you and your husband.
Right. Right.
That conversation you had between you, the pastor and the husband in bed together.
Hmm.
What's all that about?
It's just, I mean, there's too much control. It's too much control, man. I just, I'm a. This is my belief system. I believe that in your household, if you're the man, okay, and you have a wife, you have children, whatever the case may be, if this is your household, then no other man, no other male should have more praise or authority than you in your house, okay, and that includes any pictures you might have hanging up of your God or your son of God, okay, because once that woman says, Jesus or anybody else has more authority
Yeah.
than you do, then you will never, that'll never be your woman. That's whoever has the community, whoever can communicate with Jesus. Okay, whoever she believes can communicate with Jesus and is ordained by Jesus, then that's who owns
She
your wife,
loves.
not you. Right.
That's it. Exactly. Absolutely. Wow. Let's talk about another thing. Black leadership in the media who seem to be aloof. You try and contact them for interviews, you've got to go for their PA, and they're meant to be there to help the community. Yet when the community approaches them, they're nowhere to be seen. Be it they're selling their book for 19.99.
Hmm.
Can you explain? Can you talk to me about that? Why that is?
Um, well, I believe that. Well, most of these guys, and the people who do that are just they're in it for the money. Because what happens is, I think a lot of these times, guys come into this with a genuine, pure heart, and they really want to help the people, and then they realize at some point that a lot of our people are stupid. A lot of them are not going to do what they're supposed to do, and the money is not in the cure. The money is in the medicine. So keep on hustling them. Keep on giving them a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Wait till my new book come out. Hey, wait till this. Hey, man, wait till this. And people love that. They eat that stuff up, man. I had so many brothers. I would consider them, I guess, famous conscious teachers behind closed doors that tell me all the time, like, man, look, man, you know, and then, man, black people, man, some of them actually told me this. It's over for us, man. It's over for us. Might as well make some money while we can. I said, what you mean it's over for us? Man, these niggas ain't finna do shit, man. They ain't finna do nothing, man. It's over for us, man. They really believe this. Yeah, but publicly, oh my God, all kind of conspiracy theories and Illuminati and all this distraction stuff to keep you busy and guessing and watching these videos and ordering these books and um, from these guys. Like all the stuff I listen to and pay attention to is old stuff. I listen to all the old teachers. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the young guys, the new people. I heard it all before. I already know what I gotta do. Right? You don't tell me I need to be a good. You don't have to tell me I need to be a good father, a good husband, and love my people. Do. You don't need to tell me that. I already know this. It's been taught to us for centuries. Okay, and it's all about putting it into practice. So I don't need somebody else regurgitating the information from 30 years ago and putting their own swag on it and getting rich. And then moving to Hollywood and all this crap.
It's good. I like it. I'm enjoying this. It's good. It's almost like therapeutic for me because usually on this channel I'm quite I wouldn't say reserved, but I think I'm quite I don't give a damn tonight. I'm in that sort of mood tonight where I just want to let it
Right,
all hang out tonight. So tell with it all.
right, right.
Um, let's talk a little bit more about. We're going to go back to YouTube universe, the boxing universe, and let's talk about finally about YouTube channels, commenters, trolls, and narrow-minded behavior. Talk to me about it from your perspective,
Repeat that again about the trolls. You say?
and just the narrow-minded behavior across YouTube.
Well, one thing I don't understand about trolls is I wish trolls would understand. Like, listen, if you don't like somebody, if somebody, because that happens, right? It's some people you just don't like. You never agree with anything they say. You don't like their voice tone. You don't like something about them just irritates you. Fine, right? All you have to do is watch other videos. don't watch those people. But and your problem is solved. There's so many people who I just don't like, okay, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Nothing personal against them. It's just that I don't vibe well with. I think they're kind of boring, whatever the case may be. So I just don't watch the videos. I don't diss them. I don't talk bad about them. Like, oh, that dude over there. No, it's not my cup of tea, right? He does his thing. I just don't watch him. I don't understand why trolls don't just do that, because trolls want attention. Okay, they want your attention. They want to stalk you. They want. It's very, very irritating and disturbing. It's creepy. It's very creepy. You know what I mean? That these guys harass people like this, and it makes you think that they got some type of sexual fetish for you. It's people on here who download my pictures. Like from I uploaded a selfie. Like a couple years ago or something, and I uploaded it in the video. So somebody took a screenshot of the screen and then edited, took that selfie of me, kept it on the computer for years, and then they upload it from time to time, and I'm like, where the hell did they get this picture from? But this is what I'm talking about. These people are so now I think there's people actually out there somewhere with pictures of me hanging on their wall, and they're like throwing darts at it, like with hatred, And it's remarkable how like seriously, yeah, man, it's crazy how these people are
true.
just.
You're absolutely very true.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. People just got too much time on their hands. They don't have anything in their life going on that they feel is more important than me. I guess I don't get it.
Okay, let's play a game of how you play. I'm going to make the rule is me too. I'll say something and see if you say me too. All right.
Right.
I noticed on my YouTube channel that I upload a video, and before the video's an hour-long video.
You got dislike.
I got dislike 10 seconds as it's been uploaded.
Mm-hmm. Yep, me too.
Okay, there's another one. I've uploaded a video. I've put it on Facebook's the worst for this. Upload a video, put it on Facebook, and then within 10 minutes, there's an hour video. The person says, "Good video."
Oh, absolutely. That's me too. That's how you know they didn't watch it. They didn't watch a video. They really don't have time to watch a video, but they like you. They want to support you, so they just say "good video" and they keep it moving. But I know they didn't watch it.
You know they didn't watch it. But here's the next one. They read the title. They read the title, but don't watch the video. So they catch one line of what's said, and then they just put something at the bottom. Like it might say, the video might say, Abel Sanchez says, GGG thinks he's the Incredible Hulk. And then somebody will leave the comment underneath. Then he will say yes, no, maybe. Instead of actually watching the video and then read it and listen to its whole context.
Oh, yeah. Constantly. Me too. I mean, I deal with it all the time, man. Like people, if I post a video and a guy will come and say, like, the title might say something like, Abel Sanchez, believes there's life on Mars. Now, you don't know what I'm going to say because you haven't listened to my video. Yeah. But I'll have people come to the conversation and say, 78, you're a fucking idiot if you think yeah, it's like what? Like what, you even listen to the video. I didn't say none of that.
Yeah. Or this one. The person doesn't like you. They don't agree with you, but somehow they tell you they don't like you, they don't like your work, they don't appreciate you, but yet they expect you when they DM you and expect you to respond to a direct message that says, "Oh mate, why did you block me? You've abused me. Oh, yeah. You abuse me. You don't think much of what I've got to say. You dislike what I do. Why the hell do I want you on my channel?
Right.
You've not got a positive thing to say about me. Get off my channel."
Right.
Get it?
Yeah, absolutely. They
Can you explain that?
Well, they I think they a lot of these guys, man, are just A lot of them are just creeps, man. They're creeps. They'll come around, you know, to the comment sections, and like you said, man, I totally agree. I don't understand the dudes. I give them chance after chance. It was people on there that I didn't block, right? Everybody blocked them. I didn't block them. I gave them a chance to let them stay on my channel. And you know, I won't. If you just disagree with me, I have no problem with that. You know, when you start taking it, crossing the line, saying disrespectful things about me, my family, or my race, you know, which is my extension of my family. When you start doing that, then don't expect to be able to stay on my channel. And people, then they go back and they lie on you. When they realize you blocked them, they go to another channel, lie on you, and say, "Oh, 78 blocked me, and all I did was disagree with them." Well, if you call, you know, Al Heyman a nigger, okay, and I block you, that's not a disagreement, all right? That's me just kicking you the fuck out of here. Get out of here, right? Because you disrespected black people. So don't say it's a disagreement. That's ridiculous.
See, I don't get it. If you dislike somebody, if you don't like somebody, why the hell do you keep going on their channel, disliking their channel? It doesn't make no sense to me.
It doesn't, man. But that's how you know that a lot of these guys are. I mean, seriously, I think a lot of these guys are just miserable people who are failures. They're failures. They're you know, if you listen closely, that's why they don't do videos. Most of them just leave comments because if they couldn't do videos, because if they try to do a video, all you hear in the background is, "Come up here and take out the garbage," you know. You know, they're in their mom's basement, you know, and they're you know, venting. They're venting. That's all it is, you know.
I've had a couple of people in the past who've been quite critical of my work, and I don't mind criticism. I've got no problem with criticism, but I take personal offense when it comes to constructive criticism, and you've constructed nothing. Niente, nothing. Criticize me about, oh, I don't like your voice, I don't like your interviews, I don't like this, I don't like that. Okay, let me look at your channel. Let me see what your channel's doing.
Right.
No subscribers. You haven't even got your real name on the channel. No videos.
Right.
You're telling me what to do.
Exactly. Right. And they're miserable.
And yeah, I'm trying. So, well, where's your standpoint? Where's this coming from? You're not even giving it a go. So where's the standpoint coming from?
Yeah, it's the jealousy. It's jealousy, envy, boredom, combination of a lot of things that these guys do that kind of stuff, man. Sit around just hating on people for no reason. You know, I get it all the time. Like I could put up a very serious, heartfelt video. Everybody is listening to the video saying, "Hey, man, that's real shit, man. Good video. Thanks for talking about this issue." And you always get this one or two people who say stuff like, "Hey, man, why do you smack so much? Hey, man, you know, why are you coughing? And why do you say the fighter's whole name? Why don't you just say Mayweather? Why do you always say Floyd Mayweather? Like we don't know who the fuck he is, you asshole." Like, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, wow, man. People got nothing else to do, man. Nothing.
I'm wondering whether I should do a section on my YouTube channel dedicated to trolls. Man, and trollish comments. I was wondering if I should do it just to liven up my week and make it kind of turn it around, the positive to negative to a positive. Might be quite funny.
They might like it. It might work out for you just to give them what they want, which is a little attention. Do a video and just pick out all the dumb troll comments. They'll like it, you know. They'll like it because you get to say their name, you know. like I hope he reads my comment, and then you have like people competing every week, leaving crazy comments so that you could say it, you know. Like this one guy literally said this. This is crazy people. This guy left a comment saying, "Hey, 78, I bet you your wife looks like a gorilla," right? So I blocked him, right? I blocked the guy, right? The guy writes me on Facebook, "Hey, 78, why did you block me?" I said, "Dude, you left a comment disrespecting my wife." But hey, man, why you so sensitive? I'm just fucking around with you. I said, dude, I don't play like that. Get the fuck out of here. What are you talking about, dude? Now I'm sensitive because you mentioned it. Like, get the hell out. I don't know what these new generation does, but I don't play like that. I
No.
don't call other grown men bitches and hoes and and your mama this. I don't do that. No.
Here we go. The Watcher Resurrected says, LMO, yeah, there are some unstable cats on YouTube. What's up, Watcher, says Mr. Doc. Big ups, my man. We definitely got our cast of bizarre characters on here posing as boxing fans.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to my boy Reef the Watcher, man. Shout out to Reef, man. Good brother,
But
man.
the other thing is, I want to ask the question to you is, certain channels, have an agenda.
Mm-hmm.
Have an agenda. They'll sit there, they'll slag you off. They want to get into channel v channel beefs,
right?
All the rest of it. I don't entertain it at all. I don't get involved in it. Somebody wants to sit down and telling me, how many fights Harry Greb had. I couldn't give a damn. Personally, I couldn't give a damn. I'm not saying Harry Greb wasn't a great fighter. He was way before my time. And I'm not disrespecting him. I just don't know anything much about him. I love Sugar Ray Robinson, but Sugar Ray Robinson wasn't really in my time either. But I love Sugar Ray Robinson because of what he did for the community, my community, what he did, outside of the ring, and the greatness he showed inside the ring. But I'm not going to sit down and say, okay, let's have an evening where you're gonna show me all your brilliance and all your knowledge, and then come to run me down on my channel. I see no point. It's just not constructive.
Well, it's not, but it's. I know why people do it, and I played that game with them for a while. Why people wanted to do that, and I thought it was just first. I said to myself, well, it's people who just love boxing and they just like to debate boxing, and But then when I started people getting so serious about it and beefing with each other, I'm like, dude, this is like, who cares? Like, at the end of the day, who really cares who's the champion in 1926? How does that have anything to do with who's champion today, or how you're going to feed your kids, or if you run out of toilet paper today, right? Like, what does any of this have to do? I don't care. Like, and these guys always challenge me, like, yeah, I want to test your boxing knowledge. I think I'm smarter than you. Well, congratulations, okay? But I don't get it.
We give a round of applause for that. We should really give them a round of applause. Don't you think? That they're smarter than you. Yes, you should give them a round of applause when they say that.
Yeah, these people are nuts, man. They just, it used to be people make videos. I haven't seen them lately because I stopped watching those videos. But it used to be people like would make a video with my name in the title, trying to get me to watch it, and they're like, "Yeah, I think I could debate you, man. I think I'm better than you with boxing talk, and I think I know more about boxing than you." And they never explain what their difference of opinion is with me. It's just like they just want to talk to me, and yell at me or something, like some weird shit. So I'm like, you know what? I just ignore these people, man. They're like, oh, you think 78 knows more about this than I do? I know it. I know, man. I could debate him. That's why I said, man, these people really value. People really put me on like some type of pedestal for like boxing guru type of stuff or something. Well, all these people like I don't give it. I'm just a secret for everybody. I really don't give a shit about boxing. I like boxing, but like if I don't care to beef with another grown man about boxing or his opinion, right? I like Keith Thurman. I like Deontay Wilder. But if Beloric says, hey, guess what? They suck. Then guess what? Beloric is my brother. I don't give a fuck. I like Beloric more than I do those fighters. You understand? Yeah. So at least I talk to him. You see? So how can I be mad at him because he doesn't like somebody else that like it's just I don't know. It's a weird, childish thing that these people do on this internet, and they take it very serious. They want to be the king of boxing talk, and who's the smartest, who got the most boxing knowledge, and who can memorize this and that. And say, man, you got it. If that's what you want, and that's the dream of your life, I'll help you obtain that dream. Because I don't want that. You know, I don't want to be the smartest boxing guy. You know what I'm saying? No, I want to be the you know, inspired to be the best father. You know what I'm saying? The best husband I can be. You know, I want to be the best mentor I could be in the community. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the oh man, that guy 78, man. He really, man, he memorized all of the champions in boxing. You know, who cares? Like I just don't get it, man. But to each his own. To some people, that's very important to them, and I'm not dissing them or nothing, but I just don't care, man. I just really don't.
It's just nice when we're talking about it, it's just nice to find the similarities and also to flush out the garbage as well. Because I tell you, there's some garbage across YouTube. There's some real garbage. Now let's talk about something positive. Let's talk about channels that you watch and why you watch them.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna say Bwtm. I'm not even gonna mention you. Everybody, that's obvious. Okay. But you know, I watch. First of all of the brothers in the Lions Den boxing community, LDBC. Well, I'm not gonna name everybody because it's just too. I end up forgetting one person, and then it's gonna be a problem, you know. But I watch all those brothers' channels, subscribe to all of them, because you know, I know I'm not going to watch a video and hear somebody sneak dissing me or just talking some racist garbage. You know what I mean? I just want to hear whatever you put in that title. That's what I want to hear. That's what I expect to hear when I click the video. If you title something, you know, pit bulls versus Rottweilers, then I expect the video to be that. I don't want to be. I hate clicking on videos. They're titled one thing. You click on it, and guys in the video talking about something completely different, bringing up race, you know, and black people, this and that. I don't got time for all that stuff, man. So, I watch all of the brothers in the LDBC. You know, outside the LDBC, let me see here. Watch a lot of fitness channels. Watch a lot of fitness channels. You know, Pump Chasers. You know, Chris Jones, that guy, and guys like that. I watch a lot of you know, listen to, you know, hip hop stuff. You know, Carcino and all them guys. You know, and if it's boxing, you know, I sneak in. I listen to Boxing Beats and Rhymes and see what he's saying sometime. Who else? Mr. Boxing Today, definitely. Mr. Boxing Today. You know, he definitely he's bringing up. He talk about the heavyweights like so consistently and so fluently and so undistracted. Man, I really like how he goes about his business and never gets distracted with the dumb shit that they try to like lure him in. And you know, that's pretty much the channels that I watch. But you know, it's so many fitness channels and you know, channels about dogs and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
You still there? Oh, yeah. So in terms of the boxing community, in terms of boxing media, there's more and more channels coming out every day. Everyone has got now a boxing expert. Everyone's got a boxing channel. So where for you what determines your quality channel on YouTube? What are the things you want to see to make a quality YouTube channel for you?
So, I'm sorry, brother. Could you please repeat that?
Okay. There's so many channels around today on YouTube. A lot of boxing channels. What to you makes a good YouTube channel in your opinion?
As far as boxing or just YouTube period?
Boxing first and then YouTube period.
I think a good boxing channel will require the uploader to have he has to have a sense of being a approachable person, good personality. He should be honest as possible. I mean, I don't think any of us can really say, you know, some things that might cross our minds without, you know, some type of consequences and repercussions from YouTube. But, you know, I think he should be honest about his opinions. He or she should be honest about their opinion as to who's going to win a fight, how they feel about the politics of boxing and what's going on, and be consistent, you know, be consistent as to, if you know, this guy here is getting ducked, you know, if Gennady Golovkin is being ducked, and you want to acknowledge that, then acknowledge that Guillermo Rigondeaux is being ducked as well. Don't play the game of, well, he's boring. One guy's exciting and one guy's boring. No, I don't play that game. I think you got to be consistent with that. And if people can do that, be consistent, then I think people will appreciate them and respect them. People, like I said, people would hate me for criticizing their favorite fighter, but they'll love me for praising a different fighter or criticizing a different fighter. Like, for instance, Amir Khan fans, they love when I rip Kell Brook. Oh, 78, you're the best, you're the greatest. And then when it's Amir Khan's turn to get it, oh, you racist against Pakistanis. It's like, wow, man, people are just crazy, man. But I think, for the most part, that's what gives a good boxing channel. It's just consistency, being honest, and sticking to the script. But as far as YouTube, period, I would say it's pretty much the same thing. Creativity, originality, not stealing other people's intellectual property and pretending like you don't know what you did. If you stole somebody's stuff, then you stole it. It's just what it is. I hate when people steal from other people and then pretend like they didn't steal it. I just don't. How hard is it just to say, hey, this is Joe Blow. Shout out to Baylor Worldwide, man. I just saw his video and that made me want to do this video. How hard is that to say? It's not hard at all. And you might even, earn the respect of Baylor and he gives you a shout out. Now you get a few subscribers, But when you just steal people's content and it's just people know when you're stealing. All right. They might not say anything to you, but they know. Many people have told me, hey, this new guy, did you see him? Yeah, he said exactly what you said in your video. And then I'm like, well, that's just what it is, man, whatever. And then the guy wonders why I don't reply to him in my comment section. It's just, no, you're a thief. I'm sorry, I don't like thieves.
I tell you, the way you talk about thieves, there's some audacious people over YouTube who actually take your videos, even though it's got your name written across it, or right, company name across it, and they've got it up there and they've uploaded. Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and they monetize it as well.
Right. I was just going to say that. Yeah, they have the nerve to try to get AdSense money off of it. Yep. I file copyright complaints on them all the time. I just get them taken down, and then they get mad. And one guy wrote me and said, I asked him. I went to this guy and I asked him. I said, I saw him uploading a lot of my videos back to back, like my old videos too. And I said, what the hell is this? So I went to the comment section. I said, hey man, stop uploading my videos. Take this down. You don't own rights to this, blah, blah, blah. And he says, hey man, chill out. It's just YouTube. So I said, okay, I'll show you a trick. Start flagging all the videos for copyright infringement. And within about a day, his channel was taken down, right? So he had like 12 of my videos up. So I flagged every one of them. He took his whole channel down, right? And then the guy comes, he emails me, because YouTube sent him my information. So he emails me. He's like, "Oh well, man, I'm sorry, man. Could you please retract the copyright strikes so I can have my channel back?" I said, "No, I gave you a chance. I asked you to stop taking my property. You basically told me to fuck off. So guess what? Fuck off." Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've actually forgotten we've got people in the room and me and you just sitting there.
Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, I forgot. I'm looking to see who got in the comment section. Okay, I see. We got Mr. Doc in the comment section. Who else we got? Yep. We got the brother Reef. Yeah. Reef been riding for a long time. That's a good brother there, man. The Watcher Resurrected. Yeah, he been around for years, man. Holding it down.
Okay, I'll definitely keep an eye on him. Definitely. Yeah. Welcome to the room, sir.
Okay.
So Dillian Whyte has got a big fight coming up. The O2. I sincerely hope it's not Bryant Jennings. And more Dominic Brazil.
You said you're hoping more so there's Dominic Brazil
than Bryant Jennings, yes.
Mm-hmm. For Dillian Whyte. Yeah. I think that'd be a good fight. Yeah, that'd be a good one. Dominic Brazil, I kind of lost respect for him.
Here we go. I got the first I got the first dislike now. There we go.
Oh yeah, first dislike.
It took its time. You finally got a dislike there. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, somebody came around. They said, "Oh, was it two black guys?" Dislike.
Oh yes, I get. Oh yeah, I got to tell you about this. The commentary. This is the best one of them all, and this proves we've got some right idiots across the YouTube galaxy. Right? Says on the video, audio commentary.
Right.
Right? They're looking for the full fight.
Oh yeah, yeah, man. Listen, I used to put in my post-fight reaction videos. I used to put the such and such versus. I mean, just like Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson post-fight review. I used to put that in my title. Yeah. People would still come to the video and say, "You clickbait piece of shit! Oh, you fucker! You this and that." So now I just really if I'm clickbait, now I really get them. I say, Andre Ward versus Chad Dawson, full fight review. Yep. I mean, you gotta criticize me anyway. I might as well, fuck you over, Fuck That's how people are, man. Because the people who are in the community already know it's not the full fight. They know that. You know what I mean? But all the idiots who don't read the titles, they just read the first two words. And then they click on it and like, I don't understand why all you guys are on here running in your mouth talking about the fight, but instead of uploading the fight, what the hell is this? It's like it's called a boxing community.
So I understand because I get it myself, but I want to close on this. I do the commentary, the live commentary. So for people who don't want to watch Sky Sports, to listen to Sky Sports commentary, I do it myself. And I get, I've got quite a good number of views, 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. I'm quite happy about it. It seems to be something that's working quite well. Now, I get people saying, why are you doing this? Oh, one guy said to me, oh, you've had your 15 minutes of fame. Well, the actual show was 3 hours long and got quite a few views on it. You had your 15 minutes of fame. Now, close down your YouTube channel and get a real job.
Wow. Fucking people, man. That's crazy. I mean, yeah, man, that's what they do, man.
And it's the same person that's disliking my video. I know it's the same person. There's only one idiot that would do it. I don't know who the idiot is, but it's one person disliking the video. And I don't think they get it. Do they not understand that the more they dislike the videos, the more videos I'm going to put out? Don't they get it? I don't understand.
They're just idiots, man. It's just, at least they're watching, at least they're watching. The dislike button is just there just to give retarded people something to do, That's all it is, That's it's just there for that reason, man. But yeah, I get crazy.
I think the dislike button, they needs to be exposing people who push the dislike button, because I think I can find out where they are and who they are. I don't know who exactly it is, but I know where it is, the area it is in the world.
They used to do that back in the day for a brief time, and then they changed it. They even used to like if somebody leave a comment and says, hey, good video, Bayloric, and then 5 people thumb it up.
Yeah.
You used to be able to hover over that thumb and see a list of all the YouTubers who like the video, like the thumb it up. Yeah. And that's where I found out that a lot of people I thought I was cool with, I'm not. Because I'm telling you, man, because I accidentally stumbled across that feature on YouTube where you can see who was thumbing up the comments. Yeah. And guys used to, all the little dumb comments I used to get for people hating on me and stuff. And then I would see it had like 4 or 5 thumbs up, and I would hover over it. I saw some people who I thought I was cool with thumbing up that, but see, they didn't know that I could see that though. They thought they were doing something clever and sneaky. But I said, okay, now I know, not to turn my back on you, But that's how they used to do it. Clever, yeah.
I know when I closed down the Bayloric channel, there was a lot of talk, as one person in particular actually did a video and said, "Oh, good riddance to you, Bayloric," and I'm like, "Good, nice." But it was the old channel I shut down, and I went back to my original channel, which is where we're at now.
Right.
And I saw all the comments in the comment section. all these people, oh, Baylorix this and Baylorix that, he's shit, he didn't do good interviews, blah, 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 blah. And I'll say, people I see coming back now on the channel, sneaky back, oh, hi, how you doing? Good to see you back doing the boxing.
Right.
Kiss my royal ass.
Oh yeah. That's how them guys are. Sneaky, man. You know, they like you. They just, you know, but a lot of people are praying on your downfall. Yeah. They secretly, they pretend like they're your buddy and stuff, but they're preying on your downfall. As soon as somebody says something negative about you, they're all in the comment section agreeing.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what you do.
Of course, snakes, but you know what? I see the snakes. I see the snakes for what they are now, and I don't need them, and I don't pay no time to them. So I do what I got to do, and I'll run the channel accordingly. If I can get an interview with somebody, my feeling is this now: if I can get an interview with you, great, and if I can't, well, it's not my loss. Just move on to the next person. That's what it is now. That's what it is now, and nobody, there's nobody that I feel is to a point where if I don't interview them, it's a loss of my life. It's not like that.
Right.
So yeah, I think I finished my therapy session with you.
All right. That's all good.
78.
That's all right. Now I can go eat me some of these tacos in the kitchen.
Have you got any final thoughts before you depart from us?
No, man, just man, hey, thanks for having me on, man. And the people, you got a good audience too, man. You got a good audience. I thought I would have more hate in your the chat. I thought they was gonna be tearing me up, man. It's a pretty good audience over here, you know.
You know why? It's probably because I've blocked all those people that hate you.
Oh yeah, you did. You tore them up. Yeah, man.
Probably try working really hard now to get up these YouTube channels and put up all these new channels and get new names up. I've blocked half of them anyway, so that's all right.
Yeah, man. But this 2017 should be a very good year for boxing. I think it's going to be one of the best years we had in a while, man. Boxing, I think it's going to be some good fights, a lot of surprises, and I can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Once again, thank you so much, 78 Sports TV, and for those who stood up or stayed up long enough to watch this marathon of myself and 78 TV, 78 Sports TV in a pub or a bar. Where were we? Were we in a bar or a pub? Where was it?
We were in a strip club, man. Strip club.
We're in a strip club. Okay, we're in a strip club. Hey, don't tell my wife about that, though.
Oh yeah.
So we're in a strip club. Emerald TV says, I like 78 Sports TV. We'll check out his channel. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're going to have even more subscribers on your channel.
Yeah. You forgot the sound effect. There you go. There it is. That's the hater face.
That's as good as a dislike as you're going to get.
Yeah.
But you're loving it now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Okay. Champ, thank you so much for having. Stay on the line, by the way. But thank you all for watching this. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's a little different, and I hope you enjoyed the intro for BWTM. There's a lot more where that comes from in time. Thank you for watching BWTM. This has been Ingram Jones with 78 Sports TV, and we are out. Take care.
Peace.